Hello, hello. Hi, and welcome to Tabletop Tailspinner's first week of using Twitch and raising funds for our network. We are right now at 78% of goal, and I'm hoping we can get a little closer to 100 tonight, maybe even further if everyone's feeling generous. I have some amazing people here with me to be some ridiculous kids and to fight with some monsters. So, starting from the top left and working our way around is Cell. Cell, tell me, where can people find you and what you do?
Well, I'm Cell. I go by they, them pronouns. You can find me on Instagram at Fuchsia UFO. You can also find me on Twitch at Pink Extraterrestrial. I do stuff here and there with Tabletop Tailspinners. You'll find me on different Improv Madness. You know, we're doing this today. I did do a session with Zoop earlier. You can rewatch that live stream on the channel if you want. And I'm just here for a real good time.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And Rah, what about you?
I'm Rara. I thought I was going later. I play in a lot of games, and I'm currently recording a project called Relict with the fair Juicy that will be on Tabletop Tailspinners later on. And I run a little podcast called The Heart is a Dungeon. Happy to be here, and I'll be playing Pepper Bloom.
Excellent. Thank you. And next, Rosie. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Rosalie. Please feel free to call me Rosie for short. I use she, her pronouns. I am a cast member on Tabletop Tailspinner Network's upcoming D&D 5e dark fantasy podcast called Magnificence. I play Sage. She's a wizard and she's terrible, unlike Evelyn, who I'm playing today. I was also in Midnight Codex on Monday night, which you should watch the replay of, because Granny pulled an AK-47 out of a cookie tin. You want to watch that.
Juicy or mute.
Juicy, clean. The monsters are messing with the connection. I'm so sorry, you guys. They're known to cause mischief. I believe she was probably going to call on Zoop to go next if we would like to.
Yeah, let's just keep this train rolling. So I'm. No. Juicy says wait.
These things happen. It's all live, folks.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Discord decided to freeze on me, so I apologize. Yes, Zoop, please introduce yourself.
All right. I am Zoop or Zoop Machine. If you want to find me, type it into your favorite search engine and see what you find. You can definitely watch our episode of the Midnight Codex, which was a lot of fun. Took place on Monday. And a couple different things, but I'll probably tell you more about them at the end. I'm just excited to go.
Thank you. And I am Juicy Garland, your GM tonight. I will be running monsters and other childish things. You can find me on the internet at Juicy Garland or at juicy.garland, and I am part of Tabletop Tailspinners. I'm part of our pod, All Our Faults, which is a Monster Hearts actual play podcast that is near and dear to my heart. I also do stuff in Improv Madness, and I do all sorts of other stuff around the internet. Follow my socials to find out more. So, let's get started, shall we? Everybody, you have just been on a week break for spring, summer. Like you're entering the spring. You're going into the summer term at school. You are 8 years old in 2nd grade. You, over your week, found that you got a new best friend, a monster. The best thing you can possibly imagine, which is someone who can protect you, someone who cares about you deeply, more deeply than anyone else on the planet, and they would do literally anything for you. But sometimes they cause trouble. So, walking into your homeroom, who do we think is first? Let's start in the same order we did before. Sel. Your character walks in first. Introduce your character.
So Harper would enter the classroom, her backpack over her shoulders, and she would have the biggest frown you've ever seen on a child, a very adult-looking frown. She's not happy to be here today. She's not happy to be here any day. She's a little girl with bright blonde hair up in pigtails, high up on either side of her head. She's got little purple barrettes that hold her bangs out of her face. She's got a massive spattering of freckles all over her face. She wears this neat little corduroy purple dress with a button-down white shirt underneath it. Her backpack
Adorable.
is a bright shade of pink.
So, tell us about Harper's monster friend. And if we can get the image of Harper's monster friend up. And I will tell you, while you are looking at the image, my nieces helped us out for this stream by drawing everyone's monster based on their descriptions. So this one, what is the name of your monster?
So his name is Fruit Loop. He is a big monster. I kind of imagine him at all times brushing the ceiling with the top of his head. It doesn't matter how high the ceiling is. That's how tall Harper thinks he is always.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big hulking figure in the room. He's shaggy like a shag rug or a shaggy dog. He's mainly blue and pink in like horizontal stripes. He's got 6 long arms. He's got giant eyes and a giant mouth.
Excellent. So pick your seat. Where does Harper sit in the classroom?
She would sit almost at the back of the room, 2nd row from the back, I'd say.
Okay. So, next, Ra-Ra. You and your character walks in. Tell us about your character.
Well, when you see Pepper Bloom, he hates it. But after that, what you see is a dirty little kid. Clothes definitely secondhand, torn, probably pretended to shower the night before because sometimes he's just not in the mood to be wet. He's got a little small briefcase with him and giant red letters that says private, poems, don't look, that means you. And he carries it everywhere with him. He lost his backpack or somebody took it, I don't know. Everyone's kind of weird. He hopes they all grow out of it.
And tell us about your new monster friend.
Oh, Catalyst. I call him Kitty Cat, but his name is Catalyst. Is there a picture before I begin describing, or should I enter into it?
Nice.
Yep, so that will pop up, and you can take a look in our chat for the spoilered image of Cat. Yeah.
Kitty Cat's a real good listener. Almost as good as my dad was. He's got really big ears, so he can hear everything and hear if any other kids are coming, because they might make fun of me or just laugh at things. I don't know. It makes me sad. But he's got really big ears. He's got no legs. It's just a straight torso from like neck to feet with a big tie on, because business and stuff like that. really long arms because he can pick me up from wherever. I appreciate that. And in little feet that are hard to run, so he just scoots really, really, really quick. He's all full of papers like a scarecrow. Sometimes I shove more in there.
Excellent. All right, now Zoop, introduce your character as they walk in. Oh, actually, before, where does Pepper sit in the classroom?
Oh, heck. He sits on the edge that's closest to the door. It doesn't have to be the back, but it is that aisle edge, so he can get through easy if he has to.
Okay.
A bumpity one because they get weird.
All right. Now, Zoop, sorry for interrupting you. Tell us about
No
your
problem.
character.
Okay, so Purvi Patel walks in. She's little. She's I would say stocky. She's built. She's a swimmer already. Even in the second grade, she's got darker skin. She's got a long black hair that's in two braids down the side. She's wearing just a very standard, you might consider them almost preppy clothes. It doesn't seem like she's really found her style yet. Like very clearly still like dressed by whatever maternal figure is in her life. She probably sits near the front. I would say in the front row.
Okay, and tell us about your monster. Who's your new best
So-
friend?
My new best friend is the Marvelous Mango, and he is a bubbling, roiling, sometimes gooey mass of orange. He's got 4 little insectoid legs that jut out about in the ground and serve to scuffle him from place to place, and his eyes extend from the top of his body like periscopes or like the eyes of the crab in SpongeBob SquarePants. His arms extend like pseudopods, and he's got a sharp curved beak like a parrot. The last thing that he's got is a useless set of little fairy wings that he keeps around because he thinks they're pretty.
I love that. And where does Purvi sit?
So Purvi sits, I think, in the second front row.
Okay. All right. And last but most certainly not least, Rosie, tell us about your character.
Hello, Evelyn Bartles walks in incredibly non-exceptional appearance, honestly. She's wearing her long brown hair down. It's brushed, it's fine. Nothing's like no little sparklies put into it or anything. She's wearing an oversized t-shirt. Her parents bought it 3 sizes too big so that she could grow into it, and just completely holeless jeans. How dare you ever suggest to wear jeans with holes already put in them? Why would you ever do such a thing? Her backpack, black, so it doesn't show the dirt. She's just a kid. I don't know what to tell you guys.
I love this. So, what about Evelyn's new best friend?
Evelyn's new best friend, and you blink and you miss it. Her name is Miss Bitsy, and at a distance, she looks a lot like a little Tinkerbell pixie. She's got sparkling rainbow eyes and a poof of floofy pink hair. She has dragonfly-like wings that beat behind her so fast, like hummingbird wings that are just a little blur. I'm gonna be honest, the similarities between Zoop's monster and my monster, but the complete differences is so funny. One's tiny, it's got the working pixie wings, one's huge, it has the non-working pixie wings. She also has some insect-like arms. She has an extra set of insect-like arms to make 6 limbs, the perfect number of limbs. She's got sharp needle-like teeth, and she's just darting around so fast. If the teacher is in the classroom, she's just gonna stay right behind her head, so no matter which direction she looks, she will never see her.
Excellent. So, where do you sit?
Evelyn sits in the back row next to the naughtiest kid in the class because the teacher put her there in hopes that she would make that kid behave.
You sit next to Nichols. That's right, Jimmy Nichols. Now,
I see.
yes, all of the kids have come in. They've walked in from their buses with their oversized backpacks that weigh 70 pounds, and you have monsters. How do your monsters hide, by the way? Rara, how does your monster hide? Because monsters are very good at hiding.
He's the only one allowed in my briefcase. So there's a little niche in the corner that he's able to kind of evaporate in and out of at need. He doesn't say much, but he's a real good listener, so he's real good at staying quiet.
Okay. And let's say Porvi. Porvi, how does your monster hide?
Well, my monster does size change a little bit. He can get big when he needs to, small when he doesn't. But he sometimes turns into a little stuffed mango. That so Corby now carries this little stuffed mango around.
Excellent. And Evelyn, how does your monster hide? Evelyn, how does your monster
That's me.
hide?
I forgot my own name for a second. I'm so sorry. Yeah, she's just tiny and fast enough that she's able to just zip around and stay out of sight. Just kind of ping-ponging all around the room, whatever spot that isn't in the corner of anybody's eye.
Excellent. And last but certainly not least, Harper, how does your monster hide?
He kind of just sinks into the wall, but I can still see his eyes blink at me so that I know he's there.
Okay. So as you all are settling in, you might have your monsters talking sort of inside your heads from the way they hide. Like I imagine Porvi's little stuffed mango is like maybe it clips onto a belt loop.
Yeah.
And like the eyes open and it's like telling you, are we going to be here all day? Are we going to be here all day?
Unfortunately.
Wow. This is very distracting. And suddenly, your homeroom teacher, Miss Peters, who you all like very much, she's very sweet, does not walk in. Instead, a strange woman who has a very wide smile walks in. You're not sure what to make of her. Good morning, class. I am your substitute teacher. You may call me Ms. Jeffries.
Hi, Miss Jeffries.
Today, we will start like your normal school day, and as you all settle in, I'd like you all to introduce yourselves. And she will go through the rows and, of course, have all of you say hi. But one thing I do want to note is that, Pepper, your monster's so good at listening.
Mhm.
It goes, you can hear it speak to you in your mind, and it says, there are other monsters here. There are other monsters here. Watch out. Be careful.
Besides the kids.
And at the moment, it's fine. But you are alerted, and each of you is alerted in your own little way, that there are other monsters, and you haven't seen any other monsters yet. So, what I will say is Ms. Jeffries is going to hand out a small spelling quiz. Are you ready to spell things? Good. So, that silence, the
We
shock.
were told there was going to be a test.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
whatever, you're still gonna get them all right.
So, what I'm going to say as I open up a character sheet so I can see the skills, you can all start working on your tests. Can everyone roll me a brains plus remember on this spelling quiz? And what I'm going to say is, so the audience understands, this game works in D10 dice pools. So you have a skill, and under that skill are a few stats. In this case, brains plus remember will give you a total dice pool. You also have relationships, and if you feel like a relationship is relevant to this role, then you may go ahead and add that relationship. Just let me know, because if you fail, there are consequences. And another thing is that your monsters, for the first time, are in school with you, and they are bored. And they are going to distract you. So what I'm going to say is that this is going to be hard. You're going to have to roll matches, which is what we look for success in this game, of at least a 2, because it's not super hard. But Ms. Bitsy is going to sort of crawl up your back and she's just gonna start whispering things in your ear. She's like, she does not know how to spell in a human language, so she's giving you wrong answers, and
Of
you're gonna have to
course.
fight that, right?
Of course. Yes.
And I think Mango is just. Well, how would you describe Mango's personality, Porvi?
Wrong thing. The Marvelous Mango has a bit of separation anxiety, doesn't like to be away from Porvy for very long. And he's a big fan of Porvy, who makes him laugh. And otherwise, he's a little shy and he's a little distant. So I think right now he is quiet. He is paying attention to the fact that there are other monsters and the fact that Porvy's reaction is like, oh, new friends. And he's like, I don't really want to share. And honestly, Porvy is struggling anyways because her brains is a 1 and her remember is a 0.
Oh, this is going to be tough. Can you remind me, what is Mango's favorite thing is sweet thing,
Yes.
right?
Sweet foods.
So when monsters get a sense that there is their sweet thing around, they pursue it. And unfortunately, Mango can smell something incredibly sweet. And as you were trying to take the test, invisibly, Mango is, because he get very tiny, is like going from like desk to desk sniffing things, and like kids' quizzes are like flying about.
Oof.
Harper, what is your monster's personality like?
So Fruit Loop is a high energy, hyper sort of character. He can be a bit over the top. He can be a little bit too excited about some things. He can rush into things because of that. He tends to like to speak first, and he'll ramble and ramble and ramble, and then he'll go, oh, so what about you?
Amazing. So I think that he is also sort of rambling in your ear, talking about how much he loves playing cards and how all he wants to do right now is play some solitaire with you, which doesn't make any sense because that's a one-person game, but he wants it very badly.
He's not always the smartest, but he is my best friend.
Yep. And Pepper,
Yeah.
I would like you to actually add 2 dice to your dice pool because your monster is actually spying on everyone else, and as they're talking to themselves about how to spell words, he's telling you the answers to the test. How do you
already
feel
rolled
about
the
that?
10 die I normally roll for Remember and Brain. Should I add 2 more and then let you know all the matches or not?
Okay, then we'll say we'll lower the difficulty, and you don't have to have any particular number to succeed. You just have to succeed. All right, so now, jump in when you are ready. How did you do on your spelling quiz?
Miss Juicy.
Yes.
May I please add my 3 relationship die for my relationship with the school librarian, because I ask her what words mean when I come across them in the books that are far above my grade level?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Yay! So 7 die.
Okay, hopefully you get a match that is above a 2.
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to go
Oh my
first?
God.
How'd you do on your quiz?
I can go first.
Yes.
I got 1 match, and it's 8.
Oh, so you aced it. I think you got all of them right. How about you, Zoop?
So I have 1 die to roll. The only thing that I can ask for is Mango has an inbuilt telescoping to see small things that is useful.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if that can help.
You can motivate your monster by promising its favorite thing later on down the road.
Oh yeah.
And if you do that, he's gonna demand sweet things, or it's gonna be harder to stop him from getting sweet things later.
Oh yeah, no. We'll get cake at the cafeteria. Don't worry.
Okay, so, how you doing on that quiz?
Really bad. You got any answers for me?
I can look. What's in it for me?
I have 4 quarters, so we can go to the vending machine.
You can give me something sweet.
Of course.
You got it. And the eye stalks will like spread out and like look at everyone's quiz all over the room. And you notice that a couple kids are noticing it but hiding it. And all of you see this because you have monsters. You're bonded with a monster. You can see monsters. So
you just see these
yeah,
eyes like come out of the stuffed mango.
yup. Then if there is an appropriate monster part that you would like to use to roll instead of yours, and
Yes.
then do that. We'll do that.
Okay, I'll use the periscope eyes.
Okay.
Pepper just whispered.
So I
"There
I
goes
roll the
favorite."
pool of the periscope eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got 2 5s.
All
or
right.
3 3s, but 2 5s.
Yep, that's all you need. All right. And then who else has not given me their results so far? Yes.
Pepper Bloom.
How'd Pepper do?
He did pretty well. It took him a little long because everyone's pencils kept like just shining real fun and looked like they should have little dandelions out of them, and that was sort of distracting. But he got 4 zeros and 2 4s.
Oh gosh, you 110% for you. There wasn't an extra credit question, but you spelled a hard word at the bottom just to show how good you were at spelling, and you will get extra credit for that. Now,
So good at remembering.
how did Evelyn do?
I got 1 8, 2 7s, 1 6, and 3 5s.
All right, so you got a couple matches. You succeed thanks to the help of
Yay.
your relationship with your librarian. So this takes a little bit of time, and then Ms. Jeffries, this new substitute, asks you to turn all your quizzes in. You do so. All of you succeeded, and what she'll say is, "Okay, class, now it is time to go to gym." And you'll all have to
Ooh.
go to gym because today, I believe, you are playing dodgeball. And suddenly, horror flash. Dodgeball. But what I am going to say is Mango has been looking around for the sweet thing.
Yeah.
And can you roll something for Mango to try to find the sweet thing?
Okay, let's see. What should I roll?
Well, describe some of your monster parts. What do you think works the best?
Okay. So the periscope eyes are definitely what he's gonna use. So those are 9s. That's 9d10. So I will roll that. And we have 4 3s.
Okay. That you got a bunch of
amazing.
3s. So that's great. I will say, Mango knows that there is something under that desk. And there's a
Under-
lot of candy under that desk.
Under the teacher's desk?
Yes, but you have to go to gym, and there's not enough time for you to not get in trouble. You have to go to gym. So you have to motivate Mango in order to stop him from getting his favorite thing and ruining the desk and getting you in trouble for being late for gym and not going with the class.
Okay.
So, can you roll? I believe it is a charm. Yep, a
charm.
face plus charm. Or well, one of the face skills. So there's charm, put down, and connive. How do
Okay.
you use face to
I
tell this
will-
monster to stop?
I will use charm.
All right, and
because he
tell me
thinks I'm
how you do
charming.
it. Before you roll it. Don't tell me what you do, and then act it out. Because Mega's like, I want that candy. I need that candy. Ah! And he's like knocking some things, and like you can see pencils getting bumped as he's like bouncing around the room.
So that is no successes.
Oh no.
So Privy is like, I have the quarters. We'll stop at
Miss Porvy, we have to go. Come.
Listen, I'm just tying my shoe. Sorry.
Miss
I'll be
Porvy, I
right
said
back.
we need to go right now. And she is actually going to do an emotional attack on you.
Oh no.
Uh-huh. I just need to open up that character sheet for Ms. Jeffries. Okay, where did I
Have any of
put?
the rest of us seen a monster do an emotional attack on one of us yet, or is this a revelation?
Um, I don't know if you've received an emotional attack since you got your monster, but one thing to explain about this game is that kids experience emotional pain just as much as they experience physical pain. So attacks can be
Yay.
emotional or physical.
That
So
feels accurate. That feels
Yeah.
accurate to the real world. Yes.
Yup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll something. Oh golly, that is. Welp, we'll just have to type that in so I can roll it, because it's going to be hard to do it and have you see what it is. So, roll 10d10. If only I could type. There we go. All right, so, oh golly, I got a whole bunch of 3s. So, you are going to take 2 face damage.
Okay.
And you were going to go to gym. And one thing is that there's no hit point bar here. All of your stats are your health. So if you have 3 face and you take 2 damage, that goes down to 1 face. And you can go back up to it, so mark that. This is what's called shocking damage. By the time you get to gym, you will have recovered 1 of those health.
Okay. So how do I mark what I will just put it in the comments?
Yeah, I would do that, is just put it in the comments for your stats. What the like max is and what the current is.
Okay.
But Mango is going for that desk. And as you're walking out, you can hear Mango shriek. And everyone hears this who has a monster.
Oh.
And he just zips back to you really fast, and he's just like, that wasn't candy. That wasn't candy at all.
That wasn't candy?
It was tasty, but it wasn't candy. I licked it. And then you
Was
have
it
to go to gym.
cake? Was it cake?
What's your pet do?
Also, how is everyone reacting to seeing Mango?
I mean, he seems okay because he's not like a kid or a teacher. So far, the chances of him being good are pretty high. Kids are all right. But it's a little weird that he's looking through people's stuff. That's just kind of weird. It's just not nice.
Is he in his amorphous sort of self as opposed to his literal plushy form? Like, is he?
Yeah, he's using his little feet to scuttle.
Okay. I think Harper would be surprised, but ultimately she would decide that it was worth ignoring.
And Evelyn, how about you? How do you feel right now, seeing another monster that's not yours?
She's now looking around for more on top of that, because she does have a lot of points in brains, and she's going,
Wait, okay, so, it's Bitsy, you said monsters with an S on the end, and that means there's slots. That's why the S is for lots.
I think
That was
that's
only
a
one.
little
Yes, it is.
special
There's more than one.
in this.
I can smell them.
You didn't tell me you're good at smelling, too.
I know I don't have a nose. Doesn't mean I can't do it. And she'll
Cool.
wiggle her fingers. I can smell them with my fingers.
Like, isn't there a thing that can smell with whiskers?
I don't know.
We'll look it up. We'll
Excellent.
remember to look it up.
And with that, you make your way to gym, where your gym teacher, Mr. Johnson, is waiting there with a rack full of dodgeballs. All right, kids. Are you ready to play some dodgeball? How do you all feel about dodgeball?
No.
I'm excited.
Harper does not like physical activities.
I love it. Okay, so
Pepper feels a little less special now that he's seen that other people have monsters. So he's just not really feeling like getting hit or hitting anybody. He just doesn't think it's very nice.
I'm okay at dodging, but I'm really, really bad at throwing.
Okay, so you four are on one side of the classroom, so you all get to be on the same team.
Okay.
And a couple other kids, like old Nichols, he's on the opposite side, and that kid is a turd. None of you like him. He's always been a turd.
He throws the ball really, really hard.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, little Mr. Nichols is actually going to lob an insult over at, let's say Pepper. Hey, weird kid, watch this as the game starts. And
Watch.
yeah, he's gonna throw a ball at you and try to hit you in the head.
Yeah, he would.
Yup. So I'm gonna roll a
Kids are
PE
weird.
roll, I think. If you would like to try rolling dodge,
Can I defend?
you can try. Yeah, you can. Do you mean you or your monster?
Me.
You.
Or
Yes.
he likes dodgeball.
All right. So this dodgeball game, we're just gonna consider it a combat. So
Okay.
what I'm gonna say is, I have notes open. What is Harper's brains plus outthink?
That is 4.
4. Okay. And Pepper's?
Brains plus think.
Yep.
Oh, I'm pretty smart. My brains is 5, and my outthink is 2. If that's
So-
what you mean.
Yep. So that's a total of 7. All right. And Evelyn.
A total of 6. 4 brains, 2 outthink.
Okay. And Porvi.
1.
1. Okay. Wild.
There are
And
things.
little Mr. Nichols' brains plus outthink is 10.
What?
Oh no.
Yup.
Sorry?
Yup. He's a smart kid. That's why he knows how to be mean. All right.
Smart people can hurt you the worst.
So Nichols will go first, and he is going to roll feet plus PE to throw a ball. So actually declaring action. So the way this works, sorry, we're learning a new game, all of us, including me. What I will say is, the way this works is action comes in 3 phases. First, you declare what you want to do after you've sorted out with brains plus outthink where you fall in the turn order. So Porvi wants to help defend.
Mhm.
How do you want to do it?
She's got a ball, and she's gonna go and, as that ball is going for Pepper's head, she's gonna bang it out of the way.
All right, so let's do courage or guts plus courage for that, unless you think there's a
Guts
better
plus
skill
courage.
combo.
No, I'm good with that.
Okay, don't roll it yet. Pepper, what do you want to do?
I think he'd pretty much just brace to take it or dodge because he's sort of used to this. So I think I would go with dodge and feet, if that's acceptable.
Yep, feet plus dodge will be your roll. Okay. What is Evelyn doing right now?
Balls at people's heads is against the rules. You're not supposed to go for the head.
Okay, this is going to be really
Voice
tough
battle.
because this gym teacher doesn't care.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I need you to, with a matched 6 or higher, roll face plus charm or face plus connive.
Okay, excellent.
Yep, and then
May
Harper.
I? No,
Oh, yes.
this is this is fine because that's actually more than what I was going to ask to do. So we're good.
Okay, and then what is Harper doing?
Harper currently is like, if you imagine all the kids in the dodgeball sort of sphere,
Mhm.
she would be standing near the back of the court with her arms kind of crossed, like kicking at the floor, not really paying attention to what's happening around her right now.
Okay, I love that. I remember that kid. Sometimes I was that kid. Perfect. So what I will say is, yes.
Did we have to change for this, or are we in the clothes we came to school in?
I assume because it's 2nd grade, you're not changing.
You don't have
So-
to deal with the locker room trauma until you're 12.
And
Yep.
can I add one more die because I have a relationship with Pepper?
Yes, you can. There are consequences if you fail, but
Okay.
yes.
Oh no.
And the order of operations we're going to resolve things in is first, Nichols is going to throw his ball. And before Pepper has to dodge, you get to try to step in and bounce that ball away with yours, okay? So first, we're going to see how this ball goes.
Nichols' privilege always
What
goes
did
first.
Nichols do? Okay, so Nichols got no matches. It goes wide. So you can still roll to see how cool you do it.
Okay.
Yeah, still roll. Because I'll give you something if you succeed.
That is 2 9s.
2 9s. What I'm going to say is that you bounce the ball and it goes back to the other side and hits him for 1 damage. And the 9 goes to hit location brains. So he's going to lose 1 brain.
I feel like a lot of people have lost brain cells to dodgeballs.
But here's the well, nope, that was physical. That was physical damage, so that's fine. This is simple stuff right now. So he's mad. And because you hit him, another kid is gonna go after you, and we're gonna bring in, where is her name? Susie. No, not Susie. Sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing everything on my tiny screen because I am away from home. I created another character, Jenny Whippert. Jenny Whippert has had a crush on Nichols for a long time, at least 3 weeks. And because of that, she's going to step in and start fighting you. And she's going to go after you. So, yep, Jenny's brains plus outthink is not as high. It is a 2. So I'm going to put her on my little tracker, and she's going to step in when it is time.
Okay.
I love this. Okay. So, what I'm going to say is Nichols is going to run for a new ball. And Jenny has a ball, and she's going to throw it at Pervy. What does everyone else want to do this round? Yes.
Mr. Johnson, I got 3 different pairs of numbers, and the highest pair was 9s.
That's right. I'm sorry. I got so
it's
excited
okay.
about blocking that. What I will say is he looks up and he says, "Kids, stop going for the heads." And he goes back to his phone.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
I want to throw mine at Jenny's face before she can throw one because I hate her. She's always laughing.
I love that. So, yep, that will be a PE roll with, yeah, just PE, which that's feet plus PE.
And I can add a die for my relationship with the one I'm protecting. Does that work? Yes?
Yes, you can. There are consequences if you fail, but yes, you can. All right, so before you tell us the answer, so what does everyone else want to do?
Sel, please go first, because I just spoke. I know exactly what I'm doing, but I would love for you to go first.
I also know exactly what I'm doing.
So what is it?
Way to go, guys.
I rolled 2 5s.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to throw a ball at my teacher's head.
Oh,
Go for
I
the king.
love it.
'Cause
Okay.
I'm so sick
I hope
and
this
tired
works, because I know
of
exactly
being
how the
forced
result...
to
I love
do
how-
this and had not even have a teacher who's willing to even pay any attention at all, and I'm sick and I'm tired.
Oh
I
my
so
god.
badly want you to hit,
Okay.
because it would narratively, I know exactly how to resolve our 2 actions in a row.
All right, so you want to
Lord
throw a
of
ball at the head. Pepper wants to throw a ball at Jenny. What does Porvy want to do?
Porvy is going to dodge.
Okay, I support that. All right, and what does Evelyn want to do?
I would like to do the exact same thing over again, but this time, Miss Bitsy has a feature called, she has some prismatic peepers on her, which have the useful use of, hypnotic suggestion. These are not the droids you are looking for. And I would like to, it has the sharing property that Miss Mitzi can share these prismatic peepers with me. So Evelyn's eyes go sparkly and rainbow colored as either Mr. Johnson either dodges or his head gets slapped to look at her with the ball hitting him in the head. And say, Mr. Johnson, it's against the rules to throw balls at other kids' heads.
Okay. I love this. All right, so we will start because Jenny goes last, well, just before Purvi. So first up is Harper's action. So you rolled, actually first is Nickel's action. So I'm going to roll for him to run and go get another ball because he wants to load up.
Bad aim, I would too.
And he does not. He's getting mad. All right. So, what about Harper?
I rolled 2 5s.
Okay. So, this teacher is not expecting this. So, you thunk him in the face. It doesn't do damage, but he's going to get mad.
And I'm just gonna be smiling because I'm so happy with myself.
All right. I'm going to roll a couple dice to see if he knows where it came from. Oh, I rolled the wrong number. That's a D100, not a D10. There we go. And he looks at you square. He knows exactly where that came from.
I smile like a little conniving child and I stick my tongue out.
Oh, golly. Okay, and then Pepper.
Hello.
What were you
I
doing
rolled
again?
2 6s. I was throwing a ball at her face because she laughs all the time.
Oh, that's right. And you rolled 2 6s?
I did real good because behind her there was this cool part on the wall, and I imagined it would look really nice if somebody painted like a Ferris wheel there.
Okay, you got her in the guts, because that's what 6 is. So she's like, oh, as she then goes
Went to
to
a kid next to me.
as she goes to throw. Oh, actually, Evelyn, roll yours first, and then we get to Jenny.
So just for the record, I'm rolling 8 die for both this action and the one before. That's how I'm rolling so many duplicates. I got 3 6s and 2 10s.
3 6s and 2 10s. So
yeah.
You have to pick the one you want to use.
Okay.
So remember that the wider the roll, the more of the match, the more damage you do.
Okay.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay.
And this is against Mr. Johnson.
Yes, and
Okay.
you were getting his attention, right?
Yes, I was trying to get him to do his
Oh, yeah.
job.
Then what matters more is actually the height of the roll, which is how large the number itself is.
Great.
So
I'm going to
either
take
way-
those 2 10s because I'm such a good kid. I get straight A's. Why aren't you listening to me, Mr. Johnson? This isn't
All right.
fair.
All right.
This isn't fair.
And he is going to say, that's it. First he looks at Harper, then he looks at you. Stop. You, and you, to the principal. And the 4 of you have to go to the principal.
4 of us?
You think I didn't even touch a ball?
I didn't even
Can't
do
wait
a
to
thing.
not be here anymore.
Nichols is the one who was trying to hit Pepper in the face.
I don't want to hear any arguments. To the principal.
Jenny laughed.
Harper's walking out
Okay.
the door immediately. Like she's already gone.
I'm going to be
Oh,
grounded again.
I
And he'll
really
go-
She's like,
like dodgeball.
And he will go over to a phone and call the office to let them know you are coming.
If Mango can tell that I'm very upset about this, can the marvelous Mango please tie his shoes together?
100% and just done. He was there before you realized. And as you're walking out the door, you can see your gym teacher falling over as he starts to walk back to the game away from the phone.
Yeah, thank you.
And he's like shouting in pain as the door shuts. So, you are in the hallway of your elementary school.
Is that Orange thing? Is that your friend?
was what, my friend?
It just made Mr. Johnson fall.
I don't know. I'm just really upset that we don't get to play
Me too.
dodgeball.
Well, no, I don't want to play dodgeball. I was gonna tell him I had a tummy ache, but
You guys are crybabies. What is there to be so upset about? We're going home.
Pepper's gonna walk by Harper. Mean people don't try to talk to him as much.
So Harper or Pepper
But he
doesn't
also-
like
he's also-
Porvy because Porvy tries to talk to him too much.
He has all these shitty little velvet pouches on his belt because his mom couldn't afford the ones at the Ren Fair. So he started taking like Crown Royal bags and stuff and connecting them to his belt. So he pulls out like some old candy, kind of, definitely grabbed from a teacher's desk somewhere, and offers a piece to Harper as like a "can I walk here if we don't have to talk" type of gift.
She like
want
looks at
any?
you. She looks
Mhm.
at what you're trying to hand her. She looks at you. She looks at what you're trying to hand her. She looks at you.
Later.
She rolls her
Okay.
eyes and she walks away.
Perfect.
Pepper, I made sure that ball didn't hit you. Could I have a piece of candy, please?
He pulls out better candy from a different little pouch. One that's not meant for bribes, but for thank yous, because words are hard sometimes. And he will give one to Pervy with like a really tiny single earring that he just thinks is pretty and nice.
Oh.
Thank you. We'll get him next time. I got it right in the gut. Did you see that?
You did an amazing job.
I hate her.
She's got the worst.
So if-
probably she was gone.
So if you did take damage during dodgeball, you can recover all but one of the dice you lost. So, and you get to pick where that was lost if there were multiple places. So
Pretty great candy.
there was something that was you thought candy, but isn't candy underneath the sub's desk. That's a mystery. And you are expected in the office very soon. And I'm going to say Mango is like, that wasn't candy. What was that? It was big, but it was sweet. It was so tasty. And I think at that, because the other monsters can hear this, all of your monsters pop out in the hallway.
Oh no.
And there's Miss Bitsy. Hi, how are you? And her teeth are sharp. And then, of course, you have Kitty Cat, who's just standing there. Ears sort of going back and forth like sonar as the tiny head turns. And then Fruit Loop. And then Fruit Loop is just like, hey. And it's all the way to the ceiling.
Just the massive creature comes out of the walls.
Whoa.
And then, yeah, what
Were
is
they
Evelyn
in
thinking?
your attic too? Did you find an attic and were they in there too? I was looking through the closet and I found a door and it went to an attic and I went up there and Miss Bitsy was flying around there. You're tall.
Yeah.
I just found one. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
no, I think that was the full comment.
just-
Was yeah.
I just found one of my dad's shirts, and then like the next day, Kitty Cat was in it.
And there's like a nodding, a silent nodding as like ears are just flapping.
And he picks me up a lot so I can whisper things, even though he can hear me from very far away. So I'm like, yeah, we were. And just starts telling him about everything he already knows has
Mhm.
happened.
Porvy is going to give the marvelous Mango the piece of candy. And he's gonna-
He's like a Muppet. Just a big wet Muppet.
Oh, what though?
Yep. Because he's goopy.
he's goopy.
What's Fruit Loop doing? Is he just standing there?
Currently, he is rattling off to Harper, who's just simply standing kind of like starkly in front of him, just staring up at him as he like relays to her all of the thoughts he had during the period of school that he was unable to speak to her.
Ah, yeah, he's just nonstop. Also very
And she's-
Muppety.
She's just silently listening and nodding,
Mm-hmm.
looking.
So what do you all do?
There's no one on the playground right now, like at all.
said there is something under the desk under Ms. Jeffries. Do you think she me looking at my character sheet to remember my actual homeroom teacher's name. Do you think she killed Mrs. Peters?
Do you think Miss Peters is sweet?
Teachers
She
always
was.
have stuff under their desks.
Eat.
I
Like-
bet Miss Peters wouldn't have sent us to principal's office.
Well, maybe on the way to the principal's office we can check what's under. I think it's a cake. And I like cake.
If there's a cake, they had to have brought enough to share with the class.
Doesn't
It is
someone have a
check.
monster who likes cake?
Huh?
Doesn't someone have a monster who likes cake? Do I
Yeah,
remember that right?
My
I think there was someone else who
likes
explicitly wrote cake, but maybe I'm
Mine's mint
misremembering.
and chip, and also when I shove letters in his body.
Yup.
My-
Miss Bitsy likes weird little trinkets and sparkly shiny things, and she's eyeing that single earring so hard.
I
It's-
love that.
Yeah, Porvy is clutching it.
Oh.
Porvy's monster's favorite thing is sweet things, especially cake.
Okay. So that's what it was. Okay. All right. So Mango's gonna be like, I want to go there. Let's go there. I want to go there.
Okay.
Well, if we're gonna get sent home from school because we got in trouble, we need to go get our backpacks, right? We were just getting our backpacks.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Very
Okay.
smart.
Swell.
It's not a lie. We get our backpacks. It's not a lie.
You should just get a bag belt.
That is a
But I
very
can't
fancy
fit books in
bag.
one of your little pouches. I can't fit a whole book in there.
Depends on the size
I
of
need
the
3 of
book.
them.
So
That's true.
So it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
So are you heading back to homeroom quick?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then you can go there. And Ms. Jeffries is not in the room.
Perfect.
I'm looking under the
I'll
desk.
tell Kitty
Yeah,
Cat
we're
to
all
listen
looking under the
for
desk.
running
Yeah.
down the hall.
I think Fruit Loop would check. I think Harper would go to her backpack.
Okay. I like that. All right. So Fruit Loop is sort of ambling over there. Are kids joining Fruit Loop?
Yes.
Yes.
100%. I'm also
Okay.
gonna look through her drawers.
Okay, so when you get over and behind the desk, before you can actually open any drawers, you see there is this massive human-sized cocoon made of like bubble gum underneath
she
the
did
desk.
kill Miss Peters.
I
And it's
think you're right.
wiggling. Can everyone make me a guts plus courage roll? Because this is
Okay.
scary.
Ooh. Actually, I took skills and courage. I'm too dumb to be afraid. That's a lie. I have too many brains to be dumb. Okay, my dice just flew into the rest of my dice that I wasn't rolling, so I'm gonna redo that.
That is 3 10s.
Okay.
Oh shit. Sorry, I used a bad word.
As one of the monsters gasps.
No, that's Miss Bitsy. Miss Bitsy is she gasps. I got 2
Mhm.
8s.
Okay.
I got 2 3s and 2 7s.
Alrighty. So everybody succeeded. So you
Sixes
don't
and
run
2
away. Okay, good. Yep, no one runs away. But there is this slightly wiggly, big person-sized cocoon made of candy underneath the desk. And it's a little oozy. And Mango is getting really hungry looking. He's starting
Anyone
to
say
slobber.
anything? I think I'm sitting in Kitty Cat's lap showing him pictures from my book. He's a new friend, so I'm fully enchanted and smitten.
Miss Juicy,
Yes,
Um,
Evelyn.
Miss Betsy can see hidden treasures and secrets with her prismatic peepers as well. That is another useful trait that those peepers have got.
Oh, then roll it.
Okay, cool.
If she wants to look at it and scrutinize and see what's inside.
Yes.
Oh, what is that? What is that? What is that?
I don't know. I want to check the drawers next. Nice. Hang on. Okay, I got 3 5s, 2 4s.
That is
That's it.
plenty.
3 5s,
That's
2 4s.
plenty. All right, great. So she like gets up real close, and her eyes like kind of glow and shimmer, and she's like, "There's a person inside."
There's a person inside?
There's a person
And
inside!
she's gonna start zooming around the room, screaming.
Mango, marvelous Mango, could you please
Yeah.
use your beak to cut open this pod and let the person out?
How to eat the cocoon?
You can eat the cocoon after you let the person out.
Okay. And then he will dig in. Can you roll that?
Okay, so
With
I
the pe-
roll for his beak.
Mm-hmm.
That is 9, 10. And that is 3 9s.
Okay, so he can do it without hurting whatever's inside, and with a wet plop, the janitor falls out.
Mr. Mendez?
And he's gonna like pause and look at you. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I?
You're in Miss Peters' room.
Okay.
Over to my,
Mr.
my
Mendez, did you
human
kill Miss
friend, Mr.
Peters?
Mendez.
What? No, no. No, I did not.
Okay.
Something,
Are,
some horrible creature came at me.
are you using that pink thing, or can I eat it?
And he's gonna
You shouldn't swallow chewing gum. It'll clog up your butthole.
thank you. And
You're
he's
welcome.
gonna like just sort of nod blankly and kind of stand up, just like dripping in like gummy sweetness, and just sort of
Can I-
walk out shell shocked.
Can I check his
hard of a
vibe out in that time? With him being
Yeah.
a very comfortable friend of mine and just having emerged from a cocoon. Is he
Yeah.
the Mr. Mendez I love to chat with, or does he seem different?
I would say roll brains plus notice.
And I would add the die from him being my strongest relationship.
Yep, just don't fail.
I have none in notice, but I have 5 in brains.
Mm.
Okay. 2 1s and 2 8s.
Okay, so he looks like he's freaking out a little bit internally, but it's him. You know his mannerisms. You've spoken with him before. He's one of the nice people who you can get along with, who gives you your space and isn't too much for you. And he's the same guy. He's just a mess right now. You've never
reach
seen an
into one
adult
of my
like this
little-
before.
One of my little pouches and pull out what Mom calls them the calm down Tic Tacs. They're a little white. I'm not sure. And I'm gonna give him one of Mom's Tic Tacs that I took from her. I don't take them. I just grab things.
And he's just so out of it, he'll take it and eat it, and sort of
Yeah, I
walk
think
out to go find like some place to wash, because he can't process the monster bit. That like none of this makes sense. He's just gonna go clean himself off and pretend it never happened.
While there's no adults in the room, I am going through the drawers.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think you should roll for that?
Let me look
I think
at
that's a
my
hands roll of
skill
some
list.
kind.
Could it be shop?
Shop. I think that makes sense.
Okay,
That's what I would have
cool.
recommended.
Good, because I'm good at that.
Yep.
I'm looking
Don't
for
be looking through
keys
other people's
specifically because
Mhm.
I'm mad at the grown-ups and I know that if they lose their keys, that upsets them.
Okay.
Ooh,
Mango,
triple sevens, baby!
nice. Mango, in the meantime, has eaten the pink pod.
That is totally fine. And I can remind the audience, too, that if you want to add monster trouble or give them rerolls if they do
Please.
eventually fail, please, by all means, you can go to our Ko-fi and donate.
Please make
but
mischief. I want
What
so
I will
bad.
say is, because you were looking specifically for keys, you don't
Mhm.
find any.
Ooh, okay. Do I find anything that seems important at all?
You find a grade book.
Do I find any ungraded homework from Jimmy or Jenny?
You find there is none of the ungraded homework would be here.
Damn.
What I will say is it looks like there's nothing missing, right? That it would be unusual. So it's not like she came to school and put stuff in here and then was taken, right? If that's what you're thinking.
No, I was on a revenge quest. I just wanted to take their homework so they'd get a 0 because it looked like they never turned it in.
I love that. What you do have is the opportunity to forge bad grades.
Oh, yes.
So you could do that.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, I need a roll though. I need a brains roll of some kind, I think.
Okay. Outthink, remember, or notice.
Outthink, or I could see a face roll for this too.
Can it be face and connive?
Yeah, I like that.
Great, that's my best combo in the whole game.
You will notice Porvy does not have great grades.
You'll notice
that
Pepper's
is-
gonna tattle on you.
That is 4 2s.
4 2s. Oh wow.
I also
Okay.
would love to change one of my 0s because I didn't do my homework. Just put a little 1 0 so it looks like I have 100 on that homework assignment I didn't turn in.
I love that, and because you got such a wide roll, you can do all this very fast, so you have enough time to do it.
I think Miss Bitsy is helping.
Yeah, that makes sense. She's like, oh, there, and there, and there. Ooh, that one. She's very frenetic.
Can you turn that 19 into a 99?
Oh yeah, just have to add it. And I picked out the pen that's the closest to the one that the teacher used in the grade book.
Yep. Okay. What is Harper doing? How does Harper feel?
Honestly, Harper is a little bit weirded out by this whole situation, as she is concerned as to how an adult just took random medication. But she also does not care enough about anyone in this room to say anything about it.
Amazing. And what do you think Fruit Loop is doing right now? He's taking up a lot of space. I imagine
He is.
desks have been pushed.
I kind of imagined that the scenario where we were, like, when we discovered the pink ball, he was holding the desk up in the air or something.
Yes. That's how it got found. He went over and he's like, "Got it!" And he like picked it up, and then there was a
He picked up the
cocoon,
whole
and like,
thing. He's just holding it.
and then
He's
he
going
like
to
shrieked
continue
like a
holding
little,
it, yeah.
yep. And then he like shrieked like a little girl, but he's holding the desk. And then he lowered it enough so that way Evelyn could like go through the drawers, but it's like hard because it's all like wiggling because it's in his hands.
Yeah.
I love that. So you've been in here for a little while. It's starting to look weird that you're not at the office.
We need to make sure we grab our backpacks so we didn't lie.
Harper already has hers.
Yeah.
And as you all walk to your backpacks, the desk just crashes
Yeah, he would just drop
and like
it.
cracks in half.
Because his attention has diverted, he no longer cares about the desk, therefore desk can just be dropped.
Ooh.
Does not like it. They're being
We were
mean
just
to
getting
people's
our
stuff.
backpacks. None of
They're
us
being
broke
mean
the
to the
desk.
homeroom. Like, it's just not nice.
Don't be mean to Fruit Loop.
None of us broke the desk. It was Fruit Loop, and
Don't be mean to Fruit Loop.
None of us kids broke
You
the
looked
desk.
through the desk, Evelyn. That's people's stuff. That's just mean. I hate it when people touch my stuff.
I didn't touch your stuff.
Are
Their
you-
Don't you think about their stuff? Like how it feels?
I didn't steal anything.
Are you trying to do emotional damage?
No, he just hates it.
Oh,
He just
okay.
thinks it's not nice.
Okay. I did want to ask because this could escalate to PvP, and that would be a different
Oh.
direction than I anticipated.
No, I'm
So-
I see. Here's the thing. I think Pepper is going with the Fey route of honesty, and I'm going with the Fey route of I'm not technically telling a lie.
Yep, I see it and I love it. I'm here for it.
And Porvy is coming in and she's like, okay, everybody. Fruit Loop made a mistake, and that happens sometimes. My aunt says my Mosi says that accidents happen sometimes, and it just matters how you deal with the accident, not the fact that the accident happened in the first place.
Yeah, and
And
that
none
desk
of
is
us-
stupid.
None of us kids broke the desk. The four of
Her
us, we
face
didn't break the
flinches
desk.
at the word accident. Juicy.
Mhm.
One of kitty cat's special features is they can smell loneliness. Who is the loneliest smelling in this room?
Oh, golly. I don't know. What do you all think? Who's the loneliest of you
Besides
three?
Pepper.
We
Me.
made extremely lonely children, all
Me.
4 of us.
I think it's me.
Let's go with Harper. Harper hasn't spoken much, and I like the idea of it being Harper. Let's engage with Harper more.
Pepper won't tell on Harper.
How do you communicate
That's it.
that? Do you
Oh,
communicate
he
it?
doesn't.
Okay.
He whispers it to kitty cat. Like, we should... Harper might get mad if we tattle, because they're all lonely, so we should just let them do whatever.
Okay. So, as time is drawing on, can you give me a brains plus notice roll, all of you?
Brains plus notice. That's 5 for me total.
I
6
got
for
2
me.
dice in that.
Oof.
Also, I grabbed
No
some
matches.
stickers. I grabbed some stickers out of the teacher's desk and gave everybody a sticker.
Ooh! I got 3
You see the-
6s and 2 9s.
That is
Oh,
no
heck
matches.
yeah.
Nice.
Involved hearing whispers, crying,
That's a
loneliness,
number
or
that I-
paper.
That's a number that people laugh at. I don't know why.
No loneliness, paper, or whispers yet.
Or crying.
Or crying. No crying.
No crying.
Fail. I failed that one.
Okay. So, was it just Harper who succeeded, or did anyone else succeed?
I got 0 matches.
All right, I like this. So Harper, as everyone's in there, you're kind of in your own little world, and you kind of like your eyes wander out the door, and you see a strange person in a like black suit with a white shirt with an odd device, and they're like looking at the device, wandering the hall, and they just walk past. You've never seen them before. They don't look like a teacher.
And did they pass by so quickly that no one else, like I couldn't point him out or anything before he quickly passes?
Yeah, because they look determined and they're like moving around. You don't know what they're looking at or for, but they seem to be looking for something. And they're confused. And they're just going.
Can I like peek into the hallway? Just
Yeah,
so I can
sure.
Continue watching the individual?
Yeah, and as they go, they're looking and then they're like, oh! And they like turn down a hallway to the right and disappear.
I kind of look behind me. What's everyone look like behind me? Are they all like engaged, still in conversation with each other?
Porvy has come up with a sticker that says "Big Heart" on it, and she hands it to Harper.
And
Oh
at
my
that
God.
moment, we got our first donation of the evening. Thank you, Farrell. $10. That gets us closer to our goal. Remember, everyone, that you can donate and help impact the story like this. And Farrell, you are wonderful for a first of the night. This was a donation for a helpful monster. So what I'm going to say is that Fruit Loop is like, time is going. You gotta go to the office. You don't want to get in trouble. Don't get in trouble.
We were just getting our backpacks. Let's go.
And I think you're distracted, Harper, because Fruit Loop is like shouting that everyone needs to get going.
But
So
I
it's
have an
time.
amazing sticker now that I have taken from you. I have
Yes.
accepted it.
I love that. Building bonds. I love that.
Harper is maybe just a little bit less lonely now.
Just a little bit.
How does Harper feel about that? Is it a strong feeling? Or
I
is
think
it
her
like... Go on.
Like her face would look kind of neutral throughout the exchange, almost like to a child you might not really see anything through that, but if an adult were looking at Harper right now, they'd be like, oh, she's really trying to push stuff down right now.
Okay.
She's really trying to hold back.
I
And
love
Harper's just holding it. She's just staring at it for a minute, and then she looks you in the eyes, and then she goes, thanks, I guess.
that. And with that, add 1 to your relationship with Porvy. A little free experience. So, do you all start heading towards the office before you get in trouble?
Mhm.
All right.
guess.
Then, you're going through the hallways. Your monsters are probably hidden because there might be adults. And you get to the office, and you enter this room that is 30 years out of date. There's like a wood grain laminate desk in front of you where if you look up, you can see the edge of a green countertop. And there is the secretary with her like cat eye glasses and her like tall bun. And she's like, "What are you doing here?"
Mr. Johnson said that we had to go to the office even though Nichols was the one who was mean.
I threw
Alright.
a ball at his face, so I should be sent home, right?
I didn't even do anything.
All right, I did receive the call. Time to go to the principal's office. Follow me.
Do we really have to do that? Can't you just send me home?
And she's gonna just give you a death glare. Follow me.
I have no
and-
shoes. Am I allowed to go in? I left them in the classroom.
And she'll look at you.
You'll
Wait,
see he
what
kind of
is-
hides his feet. He has little vitiligo spots on his feet, and he's a little self-conscious about it, but he also leaves his shoes everywhere.
That's precious and hilarious. And she's
That's
like,
canon.
follow me. And she's gonna just corral you down the hallway to the office where Mr. Gustafson is. And he's waiting at his desk looking not the happiest.
I
Does
know,
he
she
ever
brought me
look
barefoot.
happy?
No, he doesn't. But he's got a
Okay.
particularly harried look to him today. He's definitely a little worse for wear. He's got a bit of a 5 o'clock shadow. He's the human representation of an ill-fit cheap suit with a receding hairline and Coke bottle glasses and something that wishes it were tweed. And he's sitting with like a brown tie behind his desk, which is neatly arranged in an obsessive array of stuff. Sit down, please.
I stand.
Young man, please sit down.
All right.
Oh, okay.
You gonna expel us?
We saved the janitor. He was wrapped up in rope.
I'm really smart. You shouldn't expel me.
You guys, the worst you can do is just send us home, so send me home already.
Forever. You can
drugs, so
send
you
us
should
home
be fine.
forever.
What do you mean the janitor was wrapped in rope?
Yeah, Mr.
he sort of
Mendez, that's the big
leans.
news of the day. That's what we should really be talking about. He was all wrapped up in like bubble gum and he was locked under the teacher's desk and somebody gave him drugs.
Also, Miss Peters is missing today.
Miss Peters is
She's
out.
sick. Is she dead?
Is she under your desk? You might want to look
look
because we
under the
didn't know
desk.
that he was under the other desk.
All four of us, or at least us two, Evelyn
Cro-
and Porvy, like crouch down to look under the desk.
Is there a janitor under your desk?
Children, you were here because you were causing trouble in gym.
That is
I assaulted
incorrect.
our teacher. Send me home.
Jimmy
Okay,
was,
Interacting.
Jimmy
of-
was breaking the
it's
rules, and I told on him, and I got sent to the office.
Yes, Harper did throw a ball at the teacher's head, but the rest of
And I
us were
liked
playing dodgeball, and Harper liked it.
I didn't even touch
They
a
were
ball.
less lonely.
And it is her right to like it.
America.
hmm
I'm gonna start
Children?
doing the Pledge of
Freedom.
Allegiance. Like
Well,
we
then
have to
do it.
every morning. I'll say it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
But no, but really, we should talk about Mr. Mendez.
Yes, explain to me bubblegum. What?
You buy it at stores. It's usually about a quarter. You chew
No,
it and
no. With
And
Mr.
if you
Mendez.
swallow too much, it can stuff up your butt.
I've never had
There was a
bubble
Then
lot
your
gum.
of it.
tummy will explode. Your tummy will explode if that happens, because like
Like-
all the pressure.
Wait,
There
I
was
Children.
at
think
least
that's watermelon
Children.
seeds.
And
at
he is
least 10
going
pieces of gum
to.
involved.
Ooh, you're gonna need this. Kelly, you gave us a donation too. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Um,
really, we're
Kelly's the
really
best.
taking this
You're
hole
gonna-
super deep.
you can all add a die to your dice pool because he is going to try to shut you down. So children, stop. I am asking you questions. And he's going to make a roll, and I would like you
Is it
to...
powered by Apocalypse Playbook?
Yeah. Are we playing Monster Hearts 2 now? Shit, I don't know what playbook I have.
So, roll guts plus courage in opposition to
Okay.
him.
+1 because Kelly is amazing and we love him.
Correct.
So wait, guts plus.
Guts plus courage.
Can I roll face and charm?
Nope.
Okay, cool. It was worth asking.
Yep. It's because this is opposed and it's specific in the rules of the book how
Oh,
you
totally
would...
fair. Totally fair.
Yeah.
I got 2 9s.
Okay.
2 6s.
Okay.
Nice.
I got 3
I got-
6s, and I imagine him catching on fire.
2 9s and 2 10s.
Okay. So, unfortunately, he rolled 2 10s.
Wait, that's 3
Oh, no.
9s. No, that's a
Yikes.
6. Okay, 2 9s and 2 10s.
So, what I will say is if you rolled wider, so you had 3 of a kind, you are silenced, but you're fine. The other 2 of you are going to take, I believe it was 2 of you, are going to take 1 damage, and that will be to head. And this is emotional damage. And that's going to cause your monsters to freak out. Because they take physical damage.
When you say head, do you mean brains or face?
Oh, sorry, brains.
Okay.
Brains. Because that's 10.
So if I got 2 10s, does that happen to me too?
Oh, you got 2 10s?
Yes.
Oh, then you're fine because, yeah, you matched height, so you can resist it at the same width. Yeah.
So
Okay.
just a question quickly.
Oh.
When we take damage to one of our base stats, are we removing a dice?
Yeah, you will, you go down by 1 in your dice pool for the top level stat, and I misspoke, it was face. It wasn't, brains, because I wasn't looking at the list. So yeah,
Also-
you lose 1 die in your face pool. Does
lost
anyone go to 0?
I had lost 2 face die, and you said I gained 1 back by the time we
Mhm.
got to gym class. Have I
Yes.
gained the other back?
No, not yet. That would be after the session.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be fine later.
Yep. How do you react to losing face?
Oh, Harper's not happy. Harper is not happy at all. In fact, that based on the bracketed numbers, she was a genius at face. She is not a person who can allow her pride to be put away. So I think she's gonna try to pick a fight with this guy, like a verbal fight.
With your principal?
Yeah.
This kid's got
Evie?
gumption. And yeah, Evie.
Evie is devastated because 99.9% of her charm only works against grown-ups. And the fact that none of the grown-ups are listening to her today is absolutely fucking devastating.
Does she start to cry?
Yes, 100%.
And
Corby holds her.
with that, Miss
and shoots
Bitsy,
the professor an angry look.
Miss Bitsy is gonna start flying around the room. He can't see it, and things are gonna start to get knocked off the wall. Books are gonna fly, and he's just gonna shake his head and go, "You all need some time to think. To the nurse's office now,
Oh,
where you can rest.
Are you gonna call my mom?
That is to be determined."
It's okay. It's okay, Abby.
I am glad to go to the nurse's office.
And he's gonna sequester
Sorry,
you
is
all
your-
for some nap time.
Is
Yes,
your
Harper.
toupee just sitting on you too tight? Is that the reason you're such an asshole?
You will have detention.
Can I roll a put down? Because I want to keep going.
Not with the principal, no, because you lost that last
Okay.
roll. So you were, yeah. This is how you're responding to apoplexy, right?
Mhm.
But nope, there's no question you were going to the nurse's office at this point.
Okay.
And he
fair.
oddly has an odd pleasure in this. Like, he's thrilled about something.
Weird.
And
The
he's
nurse
gonna,
has orange juice and saltine crackers, at least.
and he's going to corral you down the hallway because the nurse's office is nearby. And he's gonna open the door and say, "In."
I'm going to gently pat the marvelous mango, and he is going to creep out and also tie his shoes together.
Okay. And with that, he's going to call out to Mrs. Pipples, the nurse. Mrs. Pipples, these children need some time to think. And this short, older woman, she's very stout. Normally, she has a kind face, but it's much harder today. And she will say, "Oh, excellent. I will take care of this. Thank you."
I go get my shoes.
And as you all file in, how do you feel?
Frustrated.
Defiant.
Having rolled the 3 6s, I'm actually kind of confused why my companions are so emotionally worked up, because he just made me be quiet, and I kind of like that. I was like, wow, everyone's just so angry today. We get to go to the nurse instead of dodgeball. Like, this is the best.
How's Evie feel?
She listens all the time.
Can Miss Bitsy have stolen this man's car keys?
What would you use? What would you roll for that?
I do have sticky, tricky claws, which are useful for grabbing things and keeping them grabbed. And they're also doubly wicked fast.
Okay, excellent. So I won't make you roll to not be detected, but I will make you roll to do it successfully.
Okay,
so
cool.
have Miss Bitsy roll.
Okay, cool. Evelyn is just devastated, but also now she's entered into the phase of grief that is angry. I don't know what order those go in. I don't have the order memorized, so we're just gonna ping pong around them, okay?
I love it.
She's gonna be so grounded after this. I got 2 8s, no other duplicates.
Okay, so
no,
that's
I got 2
a very
1s as well.
Okay, either way, you have to pick one. The highest one here would be the most important. And because she's wicked fast, she's like zipping around. Zip, 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 zip. Ooh! And then she like goes into the pocket, reaches around, fishes around, and then yoink. And then like with a giggle, she's gonna zip back like into her hiding spot.
Yes. They go in her hair, which is full of secrets. That's why it's so big.
That makes perfect sense. And with that, you all are corralled into the nurse's office where she is waiting there, looming.
Do we hear the principal fall?
Yeah, so as the door shuts, there's like a beat, and then a thump. And then you hear like some struggling in the background behind the door.
And Corby will squeeze Evie's hand.
So, children. Welcome. Apparently you need a rest. And normally, Mrs. Pibbles is rather sweet. This is very unusual for her to be so weird. What did you do?
Are you...
I literally didn't do anything!
Wait. Are you mad at us?
And on that note, what I will say is, Miss Bitsy has been rather active, and she is gonna whisper from you, "There's a monster. There's a monster! Oh, I think you're muted.
No, I just whispered.
Okay.
So my mic was like, no, that's not enough. Thank you. Your teeny tiny little voice, not enough. Rare for it to happen to be up very loud.
And yeah, so she'll start to like fly around freaking out in a panic, and Mrs. Pibbles can see her. And with a smile, a tear will appear from her head, and her body will explode in half, and tentacles will fly out with lightning speed. And there's a horrible shriek, And with that, we will go to break.
Oh, it's splitting headache. Okay. That's what they mean.
Yes. And we really appreciate the donations. We are so close to our goal for the whole year from this week so far. So any more help that you can give us to impact our story and help make this more fun would be amazing. But yeah, I will go to break now because it's a great cliffhanger moment. And we will come back in a little bit. I'm just waiting.
Donate
I'm
to
just
make
vamping
her more
for.
powerful.
Yep. I'm just vamping. Hello and welcome back. We left off with our kids being corralled into the nurse's office by the principal, Mr. Gustafson. And now Mrs. Pibbles, the nurse, has exploded into a writhing and rapidly wiggling mass of tentacles. And at that, all of your monsters are going to basically explode out from their hiding places and fill an already crammed space. Your monsters, I'm going to have go on your initiative, and Mrs. Pibbles will go first. I am really excited to try this. This is going to be fun.
Oh no.
So, Mrs. Pibbles, as this new horrible thing, has parts like tentacles and godmore tentacles, and mouths, acid-drooling mouths. So she is going to attack, I think, Mango with acid-drooling mouths.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The mango's so
So-
sweet.
But taking a look at the initiative, what do other people want to do? Rara, what do you want to do? Or Pepper, what do you want to do?
Oh, I'm gonna have Kitty Cat pick me up and put me up on his shoulders first, if that's possible.
Okay. Yeah, sure. And is that to defend?
Oh, it's more for friendship. I was gonna open up his chest for an attack once it was time for that.
Oh. Okay. I love that. And then Evie, what is little Evelyn doing?
I think.
And what is Miss Bitsy doing?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. So they're two separate beings. I don't just have to choose one to do an action, right?
Nope. You each
I'm
get
controlling
an
both
action.
separately.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think Evie is going to grab a sheet off of the cot in here. Planning on like trying to like use it to block something, maybe tie something, just like grabbing the nearest thing that might be useful.
Okay.
That she can see.
So she like zips across. So she'll want to like zip across and grab like a sheet or whatever to like put in the way between you and this thing.
Yeah. Very ineffective shield, but it's the closest thing.
All right. What do you think she would roll? What part is she using? Her hands, her little graspers?
Yeah, her little graspers. I think she's trying to be like crafty about this. Like she's thinking like, oh, maybe I can like tie this thing up if we can get it under control. So I'm hoping shop.
Okay. Yeah, if you're gonna help her, I would say put both your dice pools together minus 1 die each.
Oh wait, sorry, I misunderstood.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
so
oh.
sorry.
Okay.
I thought you were like asking what I was going to roll for Evie to grab this sheet.
Yes, and I
then-
thought you, and
yeah.
I might have misheard you. I thought you were saying that Evie was gonna help, and it like in a combined action, but no.
Got it,
Okay,
got
yeah.
it,
So
got it. Okay.
yeah, never mind. Confusion over.
No, it's
I
okay.
think.
I'm still processing. Honestly, that works really well for me. Because I don't think I'm in a good place to attack yet.
Okay. Yeah, so what we'll say is if you succeed your roll, like combined efforts for the appropriate skill from you and Miss Bitsy, minus 1 each. So you'll do a minus 1 in the modifier when you roll in roll 20 if you do that, or just take 2 dice away from the total pool. When you do that, if you succeed, which I'm guessing you will with that volume of dice, you can preset a defense roll, 1 die in a defense roll, like an awesome roll.
Okay. Cool. So I'm
All right.
rolling 66 because I have 3 in hands and 3 in shop.
Yep, and hold off on the rolling now because we'll resolve all those together.
Okay.
First, we declare what we do. What is
Okay.
Harper going to do with this new monster in front of you? With your monster jumping out, what do you and Fruit Loop do?
So Harper would first use the shared ability Big Mouth to stun the thing that is transformed. And
Okay.
she would do so by saying, "Stop moving, you big dummy." But she would be really loud.
I love that. Okay. And then what is Porvi doing? What is Mango doing?
Mango is defending themselves using their pseudopod arms, which has the qualities and extras defend, wicked fast, tough 3, and sharing. And Porvi is going to take the only projectile she has, which is her backpack, and kind of shot put it into this monster.
Okay. All right. Well, that's probably a PE roll.
Okay.
And you might not do much damage there. But I love the enthusiasm. And and Mango is defending.
Mango is defending.
Okay. Awesome. So, I actually really like these rules, and as we're playing them, I think they work really cool. I was excited to try to finally get to play this. But for the audience, if you're worried about the safety of these 4 kids and their monsters, you can send donations to help fund the network. Because right now, some of these rolls are going to get pretty nasty. So, Mrs. Pibbles, as this horrible thing, is going to roll her die to attack. And Mango, having declared defense, can defend now. So roll your defend roll with the part you're using to defend.
Okay. And how does the tough 3 come in?
Tough reduces damage by 1 for each level. Which is going to be helpful.
That is 2 8s and 3 4s and 2 7s.
2 8s, 3 4s. Ooh, and how many 7s?
2 7s.
2 7s. Okay. So, looking at my roll, which has 2 5s and 3 2s as matches, I would go with the 3 2s. And what are you using for your defense? Which one of them?
The 3 4s.
3 4s. Okay. So the way damage works in this game is my attack with the 3 2s would do 2 damage. But I have gnarly times 3, which brings that up to 5 damage. Now, because you rolled above that number, your defense roll will gobble up the number of successes you have there against my attack. So you had 2 4s, you said?
3 4s.
3 4s. Okay. So then you take 2 damage, and you
I
take
have
that
tough
on
3.
Yes, that's right. So that reduces. So you take no damage.
Okay.
So, yep. The acid drooling mouths do this. Now they have a quality or an extra called burning, and you will take extra damage next time round because they are burning you with acid. Okay.
Sounds
and Mango, next round, the next action he takes is gonna have to be putting that out, or he's gonna freak out about all of that damage that's still happening.
Okay.
And that takes an action to do, and we'll cross that road next round.
Also, what does Wicked Fast do in this case?
Yep, so that tells you who goes first.
Oh, okay.
And ultimately, Mrs. Pibbles, this attack also had Wicked Fast times 2.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So that definitely beats.
Yep. Yeah, I'm simplifying the rules here a little bit for like ease of use in stream. But that's how we're gonna do it. Is just who is more Wicked Fast will go first. So that's how that resolves, which is no damage. Thankfully, your monster does not take any, but he is gonna have to do something about that acid. So next was Pepper. Pepper, you went up on top of Kitty Cat's shoulders, right? And that doesn't require a roll. You just kind of do it because that's not a hard action. Evelyn, you were trying to prepare to defend? So roll me what you were going to do for your action to find something.
Okay. I like this because I was preparing to like possibly tie it up or something, and if that's done, that my friend Harper doesn't know we're friends. Harper is tsundere like that. If that
Mhm.
works, it'll be easy to tie this thing up, hopefully, maybe.
I love that this 8-year-old knows what a tsundere is. It's perfect.
It was from that one time she guessed the computer password. It was password, but they changed it afterward. But she did watch a few episodes of The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya in 3 parts on YouTube when that happened that one time.
Oh, the nightmares after that.
So I got 2 6s and 2 5s.
Okay, so that means Miss Bitsy zips around, finds like a blanket from one of the cots in the nap room, and drags it over, and you help her assemble it so it can be used to defend your friends or yourself by holding it tight.
Hell yeah.
Teamwork, heck yeah. And now I believe it is Harper's
forgetting.
turn.
It literally says on my notes that Evelyn has never said a curse word in her life. I need to stop cussing.
It's hard sometimes. All right, Harper, what are you doing?
New action? Or-
Well, the action you declared, I just, with everything going on, forgot what you had declared. What did you declare?
Got it.
And then do it.
So, Harper is going to use the shared ability Big Mouth to stun the creature in front of her.
Yes, got it. All right. And you were taking the ability from your monster and shouting it. So then roll with that monster's part, and it will come from you.
Okay. And just to remind me, the quality useful, does it add a dice or is it just there?
It's just there. It allows you to do the thing you're saying it does.
Okay.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have that ability.
Okay, so what am I looking for? Just matches?
Yep. The highest matches matter most, and then the widest matches. For this, because you're doing a useful thing, the highest is best.
So I got 2 9s.
Alrighty then. Then you succeed. And that means that this horrible thing that was the nurse is going to end up pausing for a moment and can't attack next round. That's what I will say.
And Kitty Cat still has something to do.
The kitty cat put Pepper on its shoulders.
Okay.
If that was a
Mhm.
free action, I was still going to attack. If that took an action, I'm totally fine.
It took an action. You can do multiple
problem.
actions, but you lose dice when you do that. So if you want to roll, you can roll another action, and we can go back a little bit in the turn order because this is all kind of new. If you
I think
wanted to
he'll
do something,
He'll wait.
okay, yeah,
He'll
that's
sit
fine.
up there kind of sad about how much acid there is in the schools because he heard his
Mhm.
mom talk about that, and then just wait.
All right, and Mango already went to defend. Was Pervy doing something?
So Porvy takes her backpack off and basically swings it around 3 times and lets it go at this thing's head.
Okay, yep. So roll PE for that.
Okay, so I need to go back up to see PE. So that is 6 dice. Oh, that is 0. 0 matches. You're muted. Oh, it's doing the thing again.
The monsters, they got Miss Juicy. We need to save her. They're gonna put her in a bubblegum cocoon.
I'd be popping. Juicy
Now I'm
can't stop
going
the
to
puns
have-
right now.
Okay, you know what? It's period appropriate because I'm gonna have lip gloss stuck in my head for the rest of the night now, and you know what? That's period appropriate because I listened to that song when I was like 12 or 8, not 12, but that's basically the same age, right?
We can call it that, yeah.
Kirby, how do you think you look when you miss this badly?
Very awkward. She's like, puts her hands behind her back like she didn't do anything as her backpack goes sailing over to the corner of the room.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
You are.
All right.
You're not a doppelganger,
so,
are you?
Yeah. Not this time. Wrong game. So, Porvy, did you have any successes?
No.
Okay. So you swing it and you release it, and it hits like a medicine cabinet with a glass front, and the glass shatters.
Perfect. That's even better.
Chaos. All right, excellent. So, now that we've gone through that round, I imagine your monsters are kind of blood hungry at this point. What do your monsters and what do you want to do? Mrs. Pibbles is definitely stunned because she can't believe at how she was spoken to by this child. Powered by monster energy. So, and I love that. What happens next? So, Pepper, what are you gonna do? Or what is your monster gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna talk to Kitty Cat and be like, remember that time I told you the story where my dad yelled at that doctor that scared me? And I'm gonna reach into its chest and fiddle around with some of the papers and then pull out that story that's written out. And then I'll rip it up and it'll do their guts attack, which is gnarly 3 area 2. And a bunch of paper like crows come out of their body and fill the space.
All
cool.
right. That's really cool and weird, and that's on brand. And then what is Evelyn gonna do?
Okay, so Evelyn, with this moment that this nurse with tentacles is stunned and staying still. She is going to try to run around with this like rope of bed sheets that they have concocted in this 2 seconds and tie her up. I think Miss Bitsy is just gonna go in with the teeth though. She's got needle sharp teeth and she's a biting.
Okay, I love that. And then what does Harper want to do? Or what does Fruit Loop want to do?
Ooh, I think Fruit Loop is going to use his large body to make an attack.
I love it. Okay, and poor V. Mango is gonna freak out about being on, like, feeling like he's on fire from the acid. So he has to take an action to try to get rid of it by dropping and rolling. Or he's gonna run around and freak out.
What if I use a bed sheet to wipe it off?
The
still
bed
needs
sheet
to
is
stop,
right
drop, and roll.
there. Yeah, you still have to take the action, which will use up his turn.
Okay.
But yes, you can do that. What I will say is, roll for me. I'm just gonna switch back over to a kid side of a character sheet so I can take a look at the skills. What do you think you would roll? Because I have ideas. I'm thinking this is a hands roll.
Okay. I was gonna say courage, but I'm okay with.
I'm
hands
okay with
blocking.
guts plus courage. Okay, so
Okay, guts plus courage.
yep. So now that we've established all of that, moving back to Pepper, do your attack.
All right, I yank open his body after having connected to a memory, and it's 10. I roll 10d10 for this one, which
Golly.
is nice. All right. I thought I typed it in correctly and rolled 20, but it looks like I didn't, so I'm rolling in person. All right. So far, that's 4d6 and not a single other pair.
Okay. So wait. So are you saying you had no pairs?
No, I didn't have any other groupings except for 4 sixes. Sorry.
Oh, that's still fantastic, because this thing that was the nurse can't defend. So that means you do 3 damage, and they were 6s, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
It makes me a little sad that she can't defend, though. Pepper.
So, yeah, describe to me how you attack the god more tentacles.
Yeah, he looks at the hentai nurse and then opens up Kitty Cat's body, and all these little origami memory birds go out and start pecking at it, but they're just little real soft kisses. Because it was a happy memory about his father, but for some reason it seems to harm this nurse.
Yeah,
probably because she's so mean.
Yeah,
Did you
each
have
of...
Gnarly on the attack as well?
Oh, yeah, do you have Gnarly?
Yes.
Oh,
Gnarly
okay.
3.
Gnarly 3 on top of the... wow, okay.
Area
that's...
2, yeah.
that's an that had area.
That's my main hurt someone who scares me
Okay.
move.
They
Is
put
I throw my
a lot
memories
of
at
dice
my
into
dead
that
dad at him.
specific part.
Okay. So if it's area 2, you got that many. Okay. In addition, I'm gonna roll 2d10 because that will do a. So, are you using this as an area effect, or are you using this as a targeted effect?
I was thinking of doing the area in case there's any threat in here I can't see.
Okay, then that
Like
changes how the
behind
math
the
works.
counter, anything like that, yeah.
Okay. And this is okay. I'm trying to think about how we do this without hurting your friends. So, what I think is you blast behind her because this is a small space, remember? It's a little contained. If this were outside, it would be different. So what ends up happening is you had area 2. Okay. Then for
And
each
having
of
met
those...
Kitty Cat pretty recently, I could see him accidentally hurting his friends without even knowing what it was supposed to do, to be honest.
Okay, so the way area works is it works a little different than a targeted attack. You have the area die, and when you use this as an area attack, each of those dies will automatically do damage, and you roll those die to see where they do the damage. So instead of rolling like normal with an attack because you wanted this to be an area attack, I rolled the 2 locations where this will do damage, and they both were 9s. So the acid drooling mouths take 2 damage. And because it's gnarly, I will give it the extra 3, which means it takes a 5 total damage. That's pretty brutal, and that's great. So I'm happy to do that. So those acid drooling mouths
seems
have
sad.
taken a. She doesn't seem to have human concepts of emotion.
Okay, that's good.
Yep. So next, now that
Good?
we've resolved that, well, I assume Pepper
He doesn't want to
feel
be
bad.
sad.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's different ways of looking at things. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So Evelyn, Miss
Yes.
Bitsy was gonna do her thing with her mouth.
Yes, just biting. She's just gonna go. She's just gonna start biting.
So before you attack, let's explain so the audience knows what other qualities or extras does this bite have.
So this is very simple. It takes up 2 of her 10 locations. So I had 10 dice to spend, and I just spent 2 to make them gnarly because these are needle sharp teeth. These are not
Okay,
just
so-
sharp teeth. They're needle
I
sharp.
love it. So with 2 levels of gnarly, you will do 2 extra damage if you succeed.
Yes.
So roll your bite.
Just picking it up off the floor with my foot.
I love it. Physical dice are a blessing and a curse.
Yes, sorry. I'm rolling 8 die here. Let me just quickly pair these up. Okay, I got 2 10s and 2 1s.
Okay, so she's not defending. It doesn't matter really which you pick. You're doing
Okay.
1 damage plus your 2 gnarly damage.
Yes, so 3 total.
Which hit location are you preferring? The 10 or the 1?
Let's just go 10. 10 out of 10.
All right, that is also the acid drooling mouths, and that was a total of 3 damage. Those mouths are not looking
We
good.
really don't like acid.
No. Nope. Okay, and then next
Too young.
is Harper. Do your thing, Harper.
Fruit Loop's gonna do a body slam.
Yeah, roll that body, yaddy yaddy.
So his skill, large body, has 3 tough, 2 area, 4 gnarly.
2 area, 4 gnarly. Oh god. Okay. So then you're rolling this with the area effect, or are you rolling this as targeted?
I was gonna say targeted because it makes more
Okay.
sense that way.
Yeah, it makes more sense. And with the area modifier, this isn't set in the book. I think that for some things it does make sense to be able to use area or not. Like if this were a grenade, there's no choice. If this were like, honestly, Pepper's attack that Pepper just did, that one I think I would not give the choice to on reflection. However, this one makes sense because the body can just go, but it's going to slam a bunch of stuff behind. So I will roll those 2 area dice. Once I can tab over to roll 20.
And remind me again what adding tough does for your dice.
So
count /
that
damage.
reduces damage it takes.
Good.
So you did not. So because this is area, you did not need matches. You rolled, or I rolled a 10 and an 8. Both of those are the acid drooling mouths location. Now there is a total of 2 plus your 4 gnarly damage, so 6 is what I'm gonna say. Those overcome the remaining hit points on the drooling mouths, so this no longer exists. And it's no longer available to attack, and that just was 1 damage. So the 5 remaining damage is gonna roll over, and I'm gonna throw that on the tentacles. So your body slam just is so broad that it knocks out all of the horrible, like, chewing, screaming mouths, and the group of tentacles that are like flailing about too fast take a bunch of damage too. So you folks have put a pretty solid dent in this thing. Porvi,
Yes.
we have to deal with poor Mango feeling like he's on fire with the
Yes.
acid. So if you're going to help him in doing this, what did we say you would use? Was it guts plus courage?
Yes.
Okay, I'm fine with that. So roll guts plus courage.
Alright. That is 2 4s and 2 7s.
So either way, it's a success. So by taking the like cloth that Miss Bitsy got and like using it to like sop up the acid on poor Mango's skin, which is already goopy, you just get a sheet covered in like orange and green goop, and the sheet is kind of burning a little bit from the acid, but Mango is okay.
Good.
And your hands are very damp.
Yes.
So now this horrible creature has recovered, and we will begin a new round. And that means Miss Pibbles, who is really unhappy, is going to attack with the more tentacles yet again. And I think she's going to attack Miss Bitsy because Miss Bitsy has made her Angie the most recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is Pepper gonna do?
Pepper's afraid to let too much out at once after he just kind of hit everybody that last time, and realizing he's not going to be attacked himself, he is going to try to do the same thing but more directed. So he's kind of going to side, and he'll tell a more specific memory to Kitty Cat. Remember when that time we scraped our knee and he just picked us up and... Yeah, and then he'll just reach back in, pull out another card, rip it up, and then aim the memories very specifically at the hentai nurse, hoping that he can save his friend.
Can we
but
call
also
her
realizing the kitty
Octonurse?
cats.
Can we use the term Octonurse?
Also realizing Kitty Cat's getting a little, wants a little more action than this, and he's trying to appease that force a little bit. Like, no, we're doing fine. We're hurting her. Like, this is enough.
Okay, and then what is Evelyn gonna do? And what is Miss Bitsy gonna do?
Okay, Miss Bitsy is going to defend with her busy buzzy wings. Because she is very used to causing trouble, making things very sticky, and destroying things, and then just having to flit away from the consequences.
Okay.
What is Evelyn going to do? Good question.
She's allowed to let Miss Bitsy do everything.
Okay, cool. I think I'm
If
gonna
you're
do
struggling
that
to
because
think
she's
of
kind of
something.
out of ideas now.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Or at least Rosie is.
Yeah, and then Harper, what do you or Fruit Loop want to do?
Is the nurse still stunned?
No, she is no longer stunned.
Okay, then Harper will stun her again, and Fruit Loop, I think he's gonna do the same thing again. Just gonna keep attacking her. So, Harper, then Fruit Loop.
Yep. So because you're using he's sharing with you that ability, that will use up his action to share the ability with you.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yep.
then just one turn then.
Okay, that's fine. And then Porvi.
So Porvy has got this weird burning gross rope that she is going to use to, again, she's going to try swinging it and lashing.
Okay.
Most painful
Oh.
towel whip ever conceived.
Oh god, I'm gonna yes. So you get a +2 to damage for this, and I'm gonna let it burn because of the acid on it. Okay? So when you roll this, what do you think you should roll? What skills make the most sense?
So for this, I think probably PE.
PE? What? Anything in hands, maybe?
Hands, we can do punching.
I endorse that one.
Okay.
Okay. So use a hands roll for that. And Mango, what is Mango doing?
Mango is going to, now that he has gotten all the goop off of him, he is going to go in with his sharp curved beak and attack.
Okay, all right. So now we all know what we're doing. Mrs. Pibbles is going to go first. And those tentacles are just going to lash out with lightning speed at Miss Bitsy. And Miss Bitsy was defending, right?
Yes, that's right.
So use the part that you were going to defend.
Yes. So that is my busy buzzing wings, which have awesome 2 levels, tough 2 levels, and 1 level of wicked fast.
Okay. Well, you can defend any way you want. I got no matches.
Okay. Well, let me roll,
So-
I guess. And
Yep.
I rolled 3 10s, and with double awesome, I can turn the 4th one also into a 10.
Oh my, that is so ridiculous. What I will say is,
I need to take a photo of this. Oh my god.
yeah, that's amazing. So you got so many matches plus the awesome roll because it's awesome times 2. Oh, actually, hold on. These tentacles are also awesome times 2, but it doesn't matter because you're blocking them. I would have done the 9, but who cares?
She's just flitting around, just almost like blinking out of existence and back to existence as more tentacles just keep coming. She keeps just dodging so fast.
Like a couple lash out and you block them, and then because it's awesome times 2, more lash out and you still block them. That is wild. I love that. Okay, so that is that turn. Pepper, do your thing.
He just reaches in and pulls out the note that says, "I'll never let anyone hurt you," and he rips it, and a bunch of the paper birds come out, but Pepper himself just kind of curls more into Kitty Cat and even starts plugging his ears a little bit, as a whole bunch of memory birds, reminding him of his dead dad, come out to attack Hentai Nurse. And so that is Guts. I'm not going to do area, so that's Gnarly 3. And 10d10.
Oh, yeah, so you're rolling 10d10?
Yes.
Okay, roll them.
Yeah.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Why is roll 20 not responding? I mean, you see, I have.
I heard it bloop.
All right, that was the first ones. All right, I got 3 2s and 2 0s.
Okay, so 3 2s. Those are great. And then what was your gnarly?
Oh, my gnarly is 3.
Okay.
When it's my guts.
So actually, so you have the option of one or the other. Which hit location do you want to attack? The tentacles or the eyes?
I would like to attack any face area. So figuring with the bubble gum, maybe they couldn't chew. If I really took their face and just obliterated it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With the memory of my dad.
All right. So then the eyes. That sounds like the eyes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
If there's a mouth, I'd like to include it.
Yep. So that was There are many mouths, but they're all done with. So, that was 2 10s. You said.
Yeah, 2 10s. No, I had 3 2s. Was it?
Yeah,
3
3
2s
2s and 2 10s. I think you said.
No, because
I think it was 3
eyes.
2s and...
It was eyes and tentacles were the 2 options.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why, because with a 10 it would have gone to the eyes, with the tentacles, with the 2s it would have gone to the tentacles. That's why I asked.
Okay.
So if you did not
Three-
have 10s?
I don't believe I had 10s. I think I had like 3 2s and 2 4s or something of that sort.
Oh, okay,
It
then
wasn't,
I may
they
have
weren't
misheard
high
you.
numbers.
So let's just do the tentacles, and that is gnarly 3 as well.
Oh yes, very gnarly to 3.
So then you have removed the overall tentacles, like the first chunk of tentacles that lashed out. Those are gone. And this creature is not looking great. There are still lots of tentacles to attack, and there are horrible eyes. Too many eyes.
Is it
and
sad
they're just all
now?
over the place. It again, it doesn't have a concept of human emotion. So
Okay, good.
who knows? I'm guessing it's angry. Angry is probably what I would attribute to it at this point.
Yeah, just plug my ears.
So, Evelyn, you your monster defended, but you still have an option to act. Did you? And you did not want to act, right? So you were fine.
I don't think so. I'm drawing a blank right now. So
That's fine.
I
How?
think,
What is
Ev-
Evie experiencing?
You know, I think Evie is just completely. She's not a very athletic person. I think this is such a small space, and she's just like, oh gosh, it's really. There's pages flying everywhere. Miss Bitsy doesn't really do a lot of magic stuff despite her appearance. And there's just suddenly paper animating, and there's acid goop spraying everywhere, and like this Bitsy just bites and claws. So this is wild. Also,
Alrighty.
she's really still worried about getting in trouble because she really doesn't want to be grounded again.
That's hilarious. There is a ton of chaos. Okay, so Harper, do your thing.
Harper's using big mouth. She's gonna yell at the nurse again.
What is she
Okay.
gonna say?
Yep. What does she say? And then roll.
Harper, frustrated that this has continued past this point. She feels it's taken too long. She said, "Die and stay dead."
Okay, now roll it.
Shouldn't I die?
And I imagine that, like, when you shout, because the ability from your monster is being shared, you can see the air ripple with power.
I got 2 9s again.
Oh, golly. And was that... So, yep, so you succeed. So, this horrible thing is going to lose its turn next round. Excellent. And now, Porvi, what's going on?
Alright, so first, we're whipping. We're whipping the, we're doing a towel smack on this thing. And that is 2 6s.
Okay. So... Say that again, I'm sorry, because you cut out a little bit for me.
So the towel smack, so she took
yes.
the thing, it's
Yep.
like full of things,
Yes,
like kind of lashes
so-
it around and smacks.
Yep,
In
so
what-
I said this would do +2 damage because you
Yeah.
were using a weapon, and this is a horrible weapon. We all know it. So you do 3 damage, and what did you roll to match?
6.
6. Okay, so that takes away some tentacles. 3 damage there. And that will burn. So remember for me next round that, she's just going to have to burn because she is stunned.
Okay.
Yup. So she is stunned and is burning with acid, her own acid, no less. What does Pepper want to do next turn?
Wait. Also,
yeah.
Mango gets to go.
Oh, yes, sorry. Mango. That's right.
So Mango is going to take an attack with his beak. He's got gnarly 1. And he has got 3 10s.
Okay. And that was gnarly 1, you said?
Yeah.
So he does 3 damage on 10, which that would be the mouths, but they're gone. So that rolls over to, it rolls over to all the eyes, which it just does like walloping damage, and there we are. So this thing is almost gone. It is ragged, which is exciting. And it can't act, and it has to burn. So on its next turn, it's going to lose 1 damage from the acid, and I am going to see where that hits. That hits on the 5, which means the extra tentacles take a damage. And then, what does Pepper do next turn?
If Pepper feels like he's if Pepper feels he's in danger, he's going to hide in the ears. If it looks like the attack is going somewhere else, you said it looks pretty wounded, like it's getting pretty close to being done.
Yeah, it cannot act this round, and it just burned. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of defenseless at this point for this turn.
Wonderful. Instead of opening any more memories, I think I'd have my monster use their useful hands to pick Pepper up so he can start looking at medicine to see if anything would help Mr. Mendez or anyone else's monster. Like, is there monster medicine here?
Roll me brains plus outthink when it comes to your turn. What is Evelyn gonna do, and what is her monster gonna do?
Remind me, the eyes and more eyes, those are still useful to this thing, right?
They are still useful, yes. And I wanted to attack with them, but I can't.
My busy buzzing wings have a useful trait, and this is a little bit of shenanigans, Juicy, because I did say that the pixie dust shed from these wings causes uncontrollable sneezing. Would you say they would also cause eye-related allergy symptoms?
Yes, I would say the irritation will still apply.
Great. I would like to utilize that.
Okay, I love it. And then Harper, what do you and Fruit Loop want to do?
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I am
Sometimes
loving how this is going.
It's the pixie dust. I'm sorry.
It's the pixie dust.
I think the most useful thing I can do right now is do another body slam.
I love that for you. Excellent. And does Harper do anything themselves?
Harper's just gonna supportively use put downs against the creature.
Okay. I like that. It's not so responsive to emotional attacks, but I like that I'm gonna ask you what you say. So think about that. And what does Porvy do?
I think Marvelous Mangoes, seeing the fluttery wings of Miss Bitsy also reveals his fluttery wings, and they are super confusing.
Okay.
Because why are they there? It doesn't make any sense. He will use the little fairy wings to confuse. And meanwhile, Porvy is going to take a trash can and bash this thing over the head with a trash can.
I love that. Okay, you can try. We're gonna figure that one out when we get there, because I have to think about how I'm gonna make you do that, because there are limitations to reality sometimes, and I'm here for challenging that. So, Pepper, do your thing.
All right, so you wanted brains and think.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, all right. 3 4s and 1 7 2 2. 3 4s and 2 7s.
Yes, and remind me and the audience what your goal was again.
I was gonna look for some medicine or monster medicine, because like we're kids and we're hurting this thing a lot, and we stole stuff, and he just feels bad about the people he's spending time with. So he's hoping to get some medicine to at least help out.
Yeah, so what I'll say is the space is a little messier than you initially realized. And like the nurse's desk is all a clutter in a way that you've never seen before, because usually Mrs. Pibbles was organized. And
really was.
there is a strange box that's been stuffed in one of the drawers that looks very unusual.
I would love to look at it. I really like unusual things.
Yeah, put a pin in that because I don't think there's time for that right now while you're fighting.
I'd love to put a pin in it.
But yeah, mark that because we'll go back to that. Okay. And then we have Evelyn.
Yes, Did you see my secrets brain activate when I heard unusual box? Yes, so I would love to roll. I've only got 4 dice because I spent a lot in making these things defensive, useful, doubly awesome, doubly tough, and wicked fast. So
Yeah. Honestly, the synergy between your monsters has been great.
Okay. I got 2 9s. I'm going to use my doubly awesome to turn a 3rd die into a 9.
And that was an attack, right?
That was actually a use of a useful trait.
Oh yeah, right. What was the useful trait? Sorry.
My useful trait was that I guess all adults are just allergic to pissy dust is what I've decided in my brain.
Yes.
To cause allergy symptoms and thus make those eyes pretty useless for at least a little while.
Yeah, so you had that pretty darn wide. So what I'll say is, yes, the next round, this thing is absolutely gonna be too distracted by this, like, irritation all over to...
Gotta buy some eye drops, man. Gotta.
Yeah, and that will stop it from putting out the burn, and it will act, but it won't be able to put out the burn. No, it can't act. I'm just gonna say that. That makes more sense to me, just narratively.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, everything's, like, twitching. Like, all the things are twitching. The tentacles, every piece. And, like, everything's sort of bursting forth from this torn-in-half torso that was a human shell. And you just sort of see them all, like, boop, 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 boop. Like, just twitching and, like, yeah. So it's a lot of that nervous action because it's so itchy.
Okay.
Next.
Evie also has a favorite thing,
Yes.
which is secrets. Can I do something to notice that Pepper has found a secret?
Yeah, sure. Give me brains plus notice. Is that brains plus notice?
I have established that she does like searching through drawers she shouldn't be inside. So.
Oh
Did
yeah.
Pepper hear
Yeah.
them metagame from here with like the big ears on their monster?
Yes, absolutely.
You know what? Pepper can't, but Kitty Cat can.
Listen, Catastrophe Kitty, I will get you whatever your favorite thing is. Take the bribe. I got 2 10s out of my 5 dice.
Heck yeah. So you see Pepper looking, and your eye follows that eye line to the desk. And you see this
But you
unusual
said looking
box.
through stuff, other people's stuff is bad. Just
I just
as
saw
this
it.
chaos rages behind us.
Yeah, there are things flying, monsters screaming, the horrible shrieking from the former nurse. All right, next is Harper.
Fruit Loop, using large body. Harper,
Mhm.
emotional support, using put downs.
Yes. So roll that body slam. And was the body slam gnarly?
Yep, gnarly 4.
Oh god. Okay, yep. Perfect. Oh wait, no, this was an area effect, wasn't it? Or were you targeting it?
We can do an area effect if we want to do an area effect.
Target it, because you have a fairly big pool, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 10 dice.
Target it. Yep. I imagine Fruit Loop walking up and like belly slamming the thing into the wall.
Yeah.
We got 3 8s.
3 8s. Okay, so 2 plus 4, that is 6 damage. And in the 8, which it rolls over because that's gone, this thing is on its last leg. And it's just because those like too many eyes and tentacles are just
It's
twitching.
last tentacle, would you say?
Yeah, it's last tentacle. It's on its last tentacle. So Porvi, tell me what's up. What you doing?
I put down
What's
those.
Mango doing?
I have a
first
put
thing-
down.
Oh yeah, make your put
Oh,
down.
that's right. What is your put down?
Your tentacles are so disgusting, they look like tongues.
And it jitters with rage. Okay, Porvi. That was awesome, by the way.
Okay.
Porvi, what you got?
So, first, Mango kind of pulls its chest open a little bit, and the wings kind of flutter, and do like a confusion. And I have awesome 2 on this, so I roll 3, and then I will turn, none of them match, but I will turn one of them into a 4, so that's 2 4s to confuse.
Okay, so this thing is confounded.
And
What does
while
Mango
it's,
do?
while it's confused, Corvi takes the waste basket that is by the door and goes running up Mango, like up the sloping back of Mango, and slams the trash can down on the remainingness of this monster.
All right. Roll me punching. I believe that's hands plus punching, right? I'm not
Okay.
looking at the sheet, so I'm going off of memory, but I think it's hands.
Yes. Okay.
Pepper and Evie are having an argument, and in the background, they don't even notice as Pervy is just flying through the air with a trash can over.
I love this image because there's this horrible thing that's just starting to wilt like an old rose, right? And Marvelous Mango with a massive sloping gooey back. Purvi runs up it with a trash can to slam. And then Harper's like behind them a little bit, just sort of staring angrily with like her fists at her side or their side. And then you have Evelyn sort of complaining at Pepper, who's like hiding in these gigantic ears off to the side.
So
in this chaos.
2 5s.
Okay.
2 5s.
And with that 1 damage, this thing, you slam that trash can down. Like, I imagine like old wrappers and like band-aids fly out of it. And the thing crumples. And that wouldn't take it down permanently, but the acid burning into it from its own body on the turn of the next round keeps it down forever. And there's this horrible oozing mass that looks like a squid had a bad hair day and then lit itself on fire.
Zoop is the MVP of this combat. I'm 90.
Corvi, here's the secret. Corvi goes on to become a superhero with cosmic energy powers, so she's just practicing.
She's just
And
badass.
I'm gonna say take an experience point on your character sheet for creativity in combat.
Deserved.
Heck yeah. So, after all of this chaos, horrible shrieking from the thing dying, things flying everywhere, band-aids flying out of that trash can, everything starts to get quiet. What do you do in the nurse's office with that box in the desk?
Pepper would know that once Evelyn's seen it, she's gonna get it kind of no matter what. So he probably wouldn't try.
No, you found it. No, you found it. You get to open it. It's yours. You found
Oh,
it.
he's-
Finders keepers. That's how this works.
He's cuddling in some ears right now. He's in no hurry, but he would slowly disentangle himself.
You gotta open it.
He's not. Yeah, I'll go open it.
So you see this is like a cardboard box, almost like a shoe box that's been kind of crumpled in the desk, and when you open it, inside is this strange metallic object. And when you look at it, it kind of hurts your head because it keeps shifting shape. And what I'll say is this is a medical pack for monsters. And because she was a monster, she kept it for herself. And it will heal 1 die of damage to a monster. It could even heal permanent damage to a monster.
We understand what it is.
The instruction booklet is in here with it, and I can read real good.
It's in a
Right?
weird
Right, Disney?
alien language, but what I will say is, Kitty Cat, looks into as you're looking into the box, and just like that massive torso kind of tilts over, and the ears kind of fold with it, and then Kitty Cat just sort of whispers to you, Pepper, that can heal us. That can heal me. That can help.
You need it? Kitty Cat's not wounded, but Pepper will go through the motions like he's about to put it on Kitty Cat at that very word and then have to be stopped to not use it. Because that's who he cares about the most.
We have
Is
to read the
anybody
instructions
special?
first. I'm really good at reading. I have nobody's been able to translate this for me yet. But I'm like swearing up and down that I can read it.
Yeah, it might as well be in Chinese, but you can try.
Kitty Cat told me something. Is anyone else's little murder friend wounded or anything? Because this is like medicine.
All good. Porvy is like has a dustbin, like one of those. She's sweeping the remains of the monster into the trash can.
Oh, should we give it to the nurse?
No.
But didn't we like kill them? What if they have like a mom?
I think they killed looks at my character sheet to remember my homeroom teacher's name again. I think they killed Miss Peters.
I don't think that was Miss Pebbles. I think Mango is. Do some monsters pretend to be adults?
And on that note, all of your monsters hide. And the fella you saw in the black suit with the weird device barges in. And he just sort of stands there and looks at you. And looks at the weird, horrible corpse.
We didn't
and
do
looks
it.
at you.
Can I go home now?
Please don't tell my parents.
Put
We
the
didn't
monster
do it
medicine
anyway,
on
but please
myself.
don't tell my parents.
He's still trying to like sweep it into the trash can.
And he's gonna pause for a moment.
I start crying.
Are
Barbara
you
rolls her
okay?
eyes.
Are you okay? What happened? How do you
Jimmy
explain
Nichols
this to an
threw
adult
a
you don't
ball
know?
at Pepper's face.
Harper would look around everyone and she'd take a step forward and say, "Nothing that doesn't happen every other day. I'm leaving."
He's like, I'm almost done cleaning up. Don't worry.
Harper would turn around and say, "Just leave it. Let's go."
Oh, okay. And she just drops the trash can at the guy's feet.
And
I think
With, like, half
the
the corpse.
saturated acid sheet is there and it just slurps onto the floor.
and it's like starting to burn away, like it's like falling apart in pieces. So this very confused man with a weird detector, think like the detector in Alien. That's kind of what it looks like, right? And he's just sort of standing there as you all kind of walk out because he's fixated on this horrible thing. Where do you go next as
Can
we
we
begin to
have-
wrap up?
Can we have
Do you have the TV remote or did your parents take it with them?
Harper's gonna reach in her backpack and pull out a cell phone.
can we
Can we go watch TV at your house?
But
She
can we
kind of
have
just-
Wait,
the
what?
moment?
Yeah, what does Zoop want?
Can we have the moment of us walking like all of those astronaut movies, where we all walk
Breakfast Club.
slowly away
Yeah.
from this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
And
very
what I will
confused
say.
man in black.
What I will say is you're walking down the hallway and like the horn rings for the end of the school day, right? And as you're walking out of school, you're like waiting, you go get your stuff, you're waiting for the bus. And as you look behind you, there are 4 adults in these like black suits, and they've got the principal with his arms behind his back, and they're shoveling him into a black van with like a
It's a
radar
shovel.
dish on it.
Oh.
So, tell me, what happens at the end of the school day? Where do you go? Do you go
So-
home? Do you go with each other?
Harper hears Evelyn say, "Can we go to your place?" And Harper takes a deep sigh as she pulls out her cell phone, and it's a flip phone. She flips it open. And she immediately starts dialing, and she says, "I'm gonna have some friends over. Is that okay?"
Is what they
Okay.
can hear.
Charlie Brown teacher sounds.
And you hear a very disinterested sounding Harper responding, going, okay, fine, okay. And then she hangs up and she turns to you and says, if you want to come, you can.
And poor V pulls out her cell, her
You have a cell phone too?
And types in. Yeah, I mean her uncle works at a big tech company. She types in, "I have friends!" exclamation point, and closes it.
Behind you, there's a shot of Pepper like 100 yards away in full sprint towards like a creek bed that's in that direction with his briefcase. Like he left a while ago. No shoes.
I
actually took
canonically...
his shoes. I picked up his shoes and they're in my backpack. He's going to have to come over to get them back.
I will need to canonically say that before the session ends and before Pepper disappears from the group, Harper will turn around and, as long as no one else is listening, will say to him, I don't actually think it's stupid.
Pull off one of his little Velcro pouches on his stupid belt, and give it to Harper, and that one just has some jacks and like a ball in it, so you can play that. And yeah, he's gone.
Okay.
And
I took his
with
shoes,
that,
so he's gonna have to hang out with us later.
And Porvy is holding on to the little pearl earring.
You see a Bentley pull up that the nanny's driving.
amazing.
He drives off into the sunset.
And I'm gonna say, Harper, actually everybody, increase your relationship with everyone else by 1 after today.
I'm wearing the monster band-aid, by the way.
I love that.
We should make this
On
serious.
his
This was
body.
so good. I want to do this again. I want to play Harper
I
again.
want to play this again. I want to play this again as well. I am
I
adding
love
this to my character
this.
sheet.
Heck yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I would love to do this again sometime. I have loved this game for literally 12 years and never was able to convince anyone to play with me until today.
Okay,
So
we have
thank
to.
you all.
We have
We have to convince Emma. We have to convince Emma to make this a regular thing.
Emma!
I am not opposed. We'll talk about it. But yes, and thank you
needs
everybody
more
in
to
the
do.
audience for being here. Yes. I wrote this scenario very strongly based on the example scenario in the book with some modifications to streamline it for today's, stream, but also to make sure that I could sort of focus it so we could focus on the story and the rules. And I'm really happy with how all of you played today, so thank you so much. So, with that being said, I am going to, in reverse order this time, have folks tell the audience where they can find you and what you do. So, Zoop, I believe we ended on you last time, so please explain who you are, what you do.
Hi, I'm Zoop or Supriya. You can find me as Zoop Machine. Just type it into your favorite search engine and I should come up. I show up on various Twitch channels such as Beggar Street and the Starfield. I appear in various podcasts such as sometimes on Game Master Monday and in the Improv Madness here on TTN. And yeah, a lot of times I play characters that completely ignore their powers and just go for punches, and then sometimes I play characters that have very weird powers, and I just hope you come along for the rides.
Excellent. Rosie.
Yes, hello, my name is Rosie. If you would like to find me on social media, every website I use, my username is the same. It's Rosatyrs, Rosatyrs, like Rosie and the little goat people, and you smush them together and you get Rosatyrs. I am a cast member of Tabletop Tailspinners Network's upcoming long-term D&D 5e podcast called Magnificence. I play Sage, an abjuration wizard who is not at all like this character. I kind of go wild in one-shots, because I keep that one a little bit more team. Just a little, though. She is the lore goblin of the party. I can also be found on a couple upcoming episodes of Improv Madness as well. I am also with Zoop on Game Master Monday a few times now. And I've kind of don't have a lot out right now. But within the next 2 months, I'm suddenly going to be all over the place. It's snowballed very quickly, and it's wild.
That's how it always happens. And Rara.
Hi, I'm Rara. I play games. Before getting to them, Zoop, your Game Master Money Bunny mini-series, I'm absolutely freaking crazy about, by the way. I cannot wait for Monday for the third part to come out.
You're
But I
so
show up in
amazing.
a lot of games. I GM and run the Hard as a Dungeon podcast. I'm in a queer RPG Candle Obscura trilogy that's ending this week. I'll be on Science and Sorcery and Roll D5 next month and running some games. So I'm around. I'm doing a 4-part Just Romance one-shot that we're putting up. You can find me. Look for Rah Rah. I'm probably tagged somewhere nearby. If it's not me, follow them anyway because they deserve it.
Oh my gosh, Sel, please.
Excuse the popping noises. There are fireworks being lit right outside my window right now.
Nice.
Despite that, though, once again, I am Sel. You can find me at Fuchsia UFO on Instagram. You can find me on Twitch at Pink Extraterrestrial. I've been chatting in the chat, so you can just go pick up my name over there. I have been spotted every now and then in an improv madness. There is a 10 candles I did back when I first joined TTN that we have no idea if it will ever see the light of day, but if it does, it's one of my favorite things I've ever done. I hope you see me more.
Thank you. And I am Juicy Garland, Boston area drag queen and super nerd and head of PR for Tabletop Tailspinners. I am so thankful that all of you were here, and I am thankful that Bailey Wolf is in the chat today, who was an author of this game. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope we did it justice. Thank you all for being here, and have a good night.